We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Land of Dreams and Nightmares. Once again, I am your Dungeon Master, Esper, coming to you live from the Golden Chamber. We have five players with us tonight. We're going to do a quick listing of all the characters, then a brief recap, and then we'll jump right into the action because they were right at the doorstep of a dungeon when we last left off. So we're going to try this in alphabetical order. We're going to Adam, Dennis, Nick, Vince, Warsor.
All right, I'm Adam, and as this whole time, I'm playing Kivish Aljararden of the clan Ursvamp. He is a Circle of Dreams Dwarven Druid, level 7 at the moment.
Hey guys, my name is Dennis, and I play Lykar, the level 7 Storm Sorcerer.
Oh, that's me. I'm Nick. Hello. I play Avery, the level 7 Circle of the Moon Druid.
I'm Vince. I play Drake Fell, the Monk Rogue.
Hello, I'm Warsor. I play Captain Noxiqual, the human Hexblade Warlock, 7th level.
Awesome, and thank you everybody for joining us once again. I do want to mention that we have a Discord channel. If you're not on it yet, the link can be found down in the video description. So we're going to try something a little bit different for the recap this time. I like the idea of player involvement. So I believe Vince has volunteered to be our guinea pig on this, but anybody feel free to jump in at any moment if there's a crucial detail that you feel just must go mentioned. So what happened last time?
Well, we pretty much finished up. I'm sorry, I'm going to blank on the name of the well that we were at.
Omen Mox.
Omen Mox. Sorry, so we pretty much finished up what we were doing at Omen Mox. Left there, I believe, unsuccessful on the initial attacks that the initial 3 left on, and with me joining in, with Drake joining in towards the end. And we are now traveling towards Dirge's Cavern.
Dirge Caverns. Yeah.
Dirge Caverns to deal with the Swamp Witch or Swamp Queen, not
Swamp Queen.
Yeah, Swamp Queen, who is a witch.
Yeah, and we just finished off with what looks like to be a patrol of dwarves from that area. And we're now looking for the back door at this point.
So I'll pull up a map here. Did anyone else have anything to add in? That was a good recap there.
If I may?
Yeah.
Thank you. Just to add on to what was said, in the fight with the dwarves, we took a prisoner who we interrogated and learned a lot of information, the forces of the Swamp Queen, how the chieftain of the village was basically kind of bent to her now, and thus the village of dwarves followed her, the clan of dwarves.
Clan Axwort.
Exactly. They now serve her, although not all of them necessarily wholeheartedly. Their chieftain seems to be very all in. We learned there were whites, I believe. Undead.
Yeah. So
Yes,
there's a dwarf clan, there's the Swamp Queen and her posse, and then there's also supposedly these old tombs where whites dwell.
And 2 rot trolls.
Yes, the 2 remaining rot trolls, of which Kivish has such fond memories.
I did not write down on that because I don't think Drake heard that stuff.
And a lot of
he did. He wanted to remember. Right.
Yeah, they're trolls that the Swamp Queen has altered through necromancy, and they're not undead, but they're about as close to undead as you can get while still being alive. They have necromantic pus oozing out of them, and they're pretty strong, but unstable things.
We interrogated this guy with some magic. He was forced to tell us there's a back way into the caverns through the tombs, the crypts, which is where we're headed. And it ended with me ripping his soul out to form into a wraith.
Spectre. Yeah.
Classic Noxiqual.
Oh yeah, Drake was not happy with that.
That's why I wanted to remind you of that, Drake, so you could get the character.
Yes, yes. he is very unhappy because you did not give him an honorable death.
I gave him a death, you know. All
But
death
there
is
was no
honor.
honor in it.
There's no honor in death.
Don't tell Drake that.
So there might be some inter-party disputes on some particulars and some perspectives. Maybe now is not quite the time for that. But hey, at least he's on your side.
There's other stuff that happened at Omen Mox, but just watch the
Yeah,
episode.
we'll leave that. We'll leave Omen Mox resting where it is, with its methods and all of its ancient glory.
Good stuff.
So you've made the way to Dirge Caverns here. Tomorrow, the host of Norgal's Rock will be descending upon Dirge Caverns to fight a battle to make a stand against the Swamp Queen and her clutch to mete out control of this swampland here, which traditionally has been under the purvey of Norgal's Rock and the dwarf clans there. So today is your party's moment, is your opportunity to strike a decisive blow to take out some of the key members of the Swamp Queen's forces. Because after interrogating that Axewort guard, you feel that the Swamp Queen's forces are stronger than that of Norgal's Rock. She has some powerful units under her command, and it would be a pretty grim battle if it was to be fought exactly as is this moment. So your actions are going to have a pretty big impact on what happens in the battle. You've snuck around the northern side where there is, well, this old back entrance. Let's zoom in on Avery. Avery, what is your preferred animal form to be in, or at least one that you use frequently, one that you identify with?
Probably the wolf, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Like wolves and dire wolves and things like that.
Okay. So you are stalking through the marshland here, through the sedges and brush and muddy mounds and around bogs and flooded out, flattened areas. And you have been following a certain guidance that you received, a dream that you had, in which a fey creature arose out of a dark pool, a most lithe and almost hollowed out looking creature, though not without a certain allure and charm to her, spoke to you of a different druid. And you had some involvement with Dirge Caverns just a little while back, didn't you?
Yes. So I have been actually with the Mer Queen. I've actually tried to attack her myself with my Druid order of the Mossbeards, and I was the vision that I saw had told me about allies that I would find in the Dirge Caverns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometime back, your Druid order, the Mossbeards, which they have their own history, down out in the Weeping Woods, you all could no longer tolerate the presence of the swamp. There's two queens. There's a Swamp Queen and Mer Queen, but Swamp Queen apparently is serving the Mer Queen now. You all bolstered this toxic viper, this very poisonous swamp viper. You bolstered it with druidic magic and sent it out to assassinate the Swamp Queen. It got 2 bites on her, one on an ankle and one on a breast. But it was killed before it could deliver the 3rd bite. She was highly envenomed, but she did not die. She, in fact, was left disfigured by this, and some would say even twisted. Her heart became embittered. But you were a big part of this assassination attempt, and you've been, well, maybe having a bit of shame, or at least a sense of incompletion, and
Yes.
Now maybe is a chance for resolution.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I do feel slightly responsible for not, I guess, finishing the job on the Swamp Queen.
So you stalk with your wolfish ears listening and your nose smelling all the various smells, the plethora of scents here in the marshland. And you stalk around to the north side where this fey creature spoke to you in a dream where, she told you where to go. She gave you guidance. And so your party, the party of, it's actually 5 of you, Orgrim half-breeds with you too still. You see this wolf coming up out of the reeds. But this is no ordinary wolf. Avery, you see before you a cave mouth, a natural cave mouth. There's an old gnarled swamp tree nearby it, and there were nooses, and it looks like there are some quickly dug graves. They've taken the bodies off of the nooses and put them in the graves. So a sign marked trespassers is also affixed to the ropes.
Can I go into the cave and try and explore a bit? And
They are. You see this group of 5. You see a swamp dwarf, and he's got all manner of druidic and swampy bits. Some might actually be growing off of him. There is a half elf. There is another wood elf who looks a bit not from here, darker clothing, I believe. And then there's this kind of pirate-looking fellow with an eye patch, and he has a sword of black metal, a big sword of black metal. Yeah. And they look like they're like preparing. They're like mounting up a delve right now as you pad up out of the sedges too. You can interact with them. Go right ahead.
Oh, I see. All right, yeah, I'll go up to them, and I guess I'll transform back into my my elven form so I can speak with them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's another dwarf as well. Sorry, Orgrim Halfgrey is there as well. He is a middle-aged dwarf, well kept, braided up beard. He has on a nice breastplate with some insignia in it. He has like a green and white cloth and a staff, so he looks like some kind of battle mage.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget the specter.
And who's probably lurking more in the shadows. This is a dwarf that's like this pale white and purplish color. Like,
can it kind of be hiding in my shadow
as much as it can?
Yeah. I guess I'll come up and I'll say, well, this is quite the motley crew we have here.
Okay, so the wolf transforms into a wood elf.
Is he wearing clothes?
Yeah, what does he look like?
Oh man, let me pull up my character sheet so I can remember. I'd be wearing just sort of like common type clothes. Nothing too fancy, but nothing really like too raggedy either. Mm-hmm. Just sort of in tune with nature. I would look like sort of. They're all sort of like from nature. What I'm wearing basically.
Mm-hmm. A woodsman or some sort of
yes.
wanderer's clothing.
Yeah.
Do you have any armor, any weapons, any implements?
Yes, I would. So I have a pale white hair. I have red eyes. I'm a bit pale myself. I have a wooden quarterstaff that I walk with, and then I have a scimitar on my side, and I'm wearing leather armor as well with my other things. And I have a satchel, and I look sort of like someone who's just an explorer that's looking around the caves.
Mm-hmm. And do you have interesting boots on?
I do have some interesting boots on, and as I actually transform back into my my wood elf form, I'm going to. Can I like float over to them with sort of like float over to them instead of walk over to them?
Your boots have wings?
Yes, yeah. My boots have very small wings on them, and I sort of float over to you all.
As he gets close, I like draw my sword out. And I'm like, "That's far enough."
So, Orgrim, do you know the difference between Emerald Mage and an Emerald? Well, one is a paragon of beauty and source of magic, and the other is an Emerald Mage. By Norgal's ingrown beard hair, who are you? Strange elvy man.
Orgrim hefts his wizard staff. Whoa, that's close enough.
Can I see that he's wood up, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna speak to him in Elven.
Oh, okay.
Who are you? This one is known as Drake Fell.
I'll speak back in Elven. I put my hands up with the sudden aggression from everyone. I lower myself back down to the ground where I'm walking and say, I mean you no harm. I say this in Elvish. I mean you no harm. I'm simply looking for the Swamp Queen. I had a vision to come here from a dream I had.
I
What
apologize.
outfit are you with?
I
In
apologize in
common,
advance for doing this, but Kivish asks him, "Open up."
I also say open up in Elvish, but that's all I know how to say. in
Okay,
Elvish.
Orgrim Halfgrey, he is fluent in Elvish, and he says this in you got a dwarven accent on it. He's like, "What outfit are you with?"
I said, it's just me. I'm here all by myself. I just found you all here, and I
Tongue
thought
are
I'd
they
introduce-
speaking?
Elvish. I'd still be
No,
speaking.
no,
Elvish.
this is an in-game. This is me. What tongue are they speaking? Like to my companions.
It is Elvish. Don't you know it when you hit it? You travel with half an elf.
I don't speak that tongue.
You should be careful of who you sneak up on. I have adopted a policy of shoot
Yeah.
first and ask questions later.
You almost got a fireball
I've
to
seen
your
it.
face.
Well, I'm glad that you decided not to shoot first this time. I would very much like to stay in the living world for now.
Tell me this and tell me true. Are you with the Swamp Queen?
No, I have no reason to be with the Swamp Queen. I'm actually very against the Swamp Queen. I attempted an assassination attempt on her life myself, but I looked down a little bit. I think I may have failed.
Assassination.
This is normally the point where I'd make if he was an NPC a sense motive kind of thing, but I'm gonna just breeze over that.
Now, would we have heard of that? The assassination?
Do the moss
Are
beards?
you speaking of the assassination attempt?
Yes, I am. It was.
So
done
you are
by-
with an outfit. You're with the Mossbeards.
Do the moss beards have any identifying thing, article of clothing, way of speaking or
Mark or
walking?
something.
Yeah.
I would say that sort of like on my hand, there's the mark of my druid, my order of the druid.
Kivish says to
false?
Avery in Druidic, "A moss beard, this far north."
I look over
So,
and I go, yeah.
so this newcomer shows you his palm, and on it is a stylized symbol of a willow tree that bears a face and a beard flowing off of it. Sort of like a willow tree folk. Very stylized look, though.
Right.
Yes, I say, yes, I'm somewhat of an explorer myself. I've been searching and trying to redeem myself for failing on killing the Swamp Queen, and I had a dream, a vision of some sorts of meeting you all here, and thought that I should introduce myself. I'm very sorry if I startled any of you. I don't mean any harm.
You had a dream about us. And
Yes.
I didn't dream of this before.
Kivish,
I will-
you're not privy to every dream in the world.
He's having lady troubles at the moment.
I will have to have a
Perhaps
talking
you
to
should not
someone.
smoke the herbs.
He doesn't smoke any herbs, as far as you know.
I just love how Kivish got shit from everyone.
Oh,
in the
I
party,
see-
even the
I-
NPC.
I thought you.
I see that you do you want some herb? I think I have some in my bag. Can I pull out some?
No,
Some things
no,
as a-
put
as
it
a-
away. Put it away.
There'll be time for that later.
I throw that in my belt pouch. I do not need more.
So you're
Alright,
saying that we are going to finish what you started, but you showed up, and not a minute too soon.
Yes, I'm here to help. I can provide many aspects. I'm sure that you know by also having a druid of your own.
Well,
Aye. It is better to travel in larger numbers. We know of many dangers that are said to lurk within here.
druids are quite powerful casters. We could definitely use the aid.
I would be
What,
happy to help.
what is the most powerful spell you are capable of casting?
Well, I generally do not cast many spells myself per se. I definitely can, but I prefer more of a natural approach to things. I like to transform into many diverse animals to attack my prey right on them, like the primal nature.
Oh, one of these ones, I see.
Yes,
Ah,
very
are
much.
They say
Are you
I am
fond
the
of
one
strolls
always-
in the moonlight?
They say I am the one always smoking herbs and mephitrox.
Yes, I've heard that. Yes, but yes, now I definitely prefer to transform into the animals to be more in tune with nature. At least that's how I see it.
You know healing magic. That's all
I
I
have
care.
Yes, I do have some healing magic myself. I can definitely assist in that matter.
Then you can be of use.
You still haven't answered my question.
Oh, what was the question again? I'm
I
sorry.
asked you what's the most powerful spell you can cast. I don't want you going in there and dying on the first zombie.
I believe the most powerful spell I can cast, perhaps giant insect. I can make insects very giant indeed.
Giant insect. He scratches his head, strokes his
Never
beard,
heard of that.
consults his wizardly tome. Makes a natural 1 Arcana check. I'm not familiar with that one. What sort of creatures does it conjure?
Well, with this spell, I am able to take any kind of insect, really, a centipede or a wasp, and it's a very small insect, you see, but I can make it extremely large to fight by us.
Truly you are a swamp druid. I say he's not going to die in the first zombie. Let's take him with us.
Yes, I've seen my fair share of battle.
Well, if he was truly part of the team that tried to assassinate the Swamp Queen, I'm sure he can be of use.
Yes. Well, let's not dither and get on with it.
We now need to get to the entrance and put ourselves in the right order. Now we have a newcomer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so entering into the cavern here, what ordering do you all want to
Drake.
file into?
How wide is it?
So it's going to vary in width. At the narrowest parts, it maybe is going to be 4, 5, 6 feet, and at wider areas, it looks like the tunnel will open up to maybe 10, 11, 12 feet across. You need to get in there a little bit farther to see exactly, the layout of things.
Let's start with a single file order and we will adjust.
It looks like a single file tunnel would be what you'd need to do at the beginning.
This one
Drake.
volunteers to scout ahead.
Perhaps I should go first to prove myself for the party.
I'd rather you stay within close distance.
Oh, do you suspect me of something?
Let's just say
Not bestowed.
I'll trust you after I've seen you fight.
He'll keep an eye on you.
This
Very well.
one. So Drake puts his hand on his chest and goes, this one is one with the shadows.
He's also very stealthy.
I see. Well, very well. I
right,
believe that.
So we've got Drake, who it sounds like you're kind of going ahead of the party.
I'm going to be, just a little bit further ahead.
And I
Let's
want
About 30 feet, I guess. Probably.
Okay. Orgrim will light up the tip of his quarterstaff with a light spell.
wait. Do any of us need light?
Well, light is always a good thing to have.
Do any of
Not
us
for
need
Drake.
it? Oh, Drake, you can't see in the dark?
No. Drake would. This one
Sure.
would prefer
I think
shadows.
everybody in the party has dark vision.
Right.
But remember, there is always a certain limit on dark vision, maybe
Yes.
60 feet or
60
so.
feet.
And if it's pitch black, you're not seeing like daylight. You're just seeing like this dim sort of thing.
I understand. I see 120 feet.
You're special.
But
Everyone else.
I just wanted to know if we have the option. I'm saying let's use light, but if we have the option to turn it off and still function.
So Drake's going to go ahead in the darkest area outside of the radius of light. Orgrim's going to kind of hang in the back. He wants light. He likes to see things clearly and in detail and color.
Okay. Then I suggest next is... Shoot, I can't remember your character name. Like, I'm not even joking.
Avery.
Avery. Yes.
Avery.
Avery next. Then let's put Lykar then Kivish, and I'll be in the rear just in case we get attacked from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can still front.
Okay. Avery, do you go as you are now, or do you turn into some kind of beast first?
I'll go as I am now, just to
Mhm.
to wait and to see what happens first.
Okay. So we've got 6 people, 6 brave adventurers here. You make your way inside of this great hill, and the tunnel takes a wide bend. We've got Drake up front, who is moving along quietly through the darkness.
You want me to roll a stealth check?
Go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
Can I send my shadow to accompany him, just in case?
Okay.
Not shadow, but you know what.
Mm.
Kivish leans down to Tynan, his little pony of strange black tar with glowing white eyes, and whispers, "You know, we may need to do that thing again down here to turn you into the..." He motions like that.
Do you want to transform him?
Not yet, but
Okay.
probably.
Esper 21.
20. Okay. Remember that number. Or make a note. Notes are a good thing to have too.
Yeah, I have my notes open right now, so I will write that down.
The tunnel that you take is at a very slight descent, very, very slight. You go in further, and it gets pretty dark. There's not much light filtering in from the mouth of the cave anymore. It's this wide, slow, curving sort of formation. And eventually you get to where you hear sounds of just like the underground ambience and maybe some drips of water here or there. And there is here and there, bits of muck and slime and mold patches, as one might expect from a swamp cave. It comes to a fork branching out to your left and right-hand sides, Drake. They sound the same either way, but if you want to do something specific, let me know.
I'm going to do a nature check just to try to see if there's been any unnatural movement of the dirt, or if there is, which one's been removed the most.
Okay.
$17.
Completely natural here. This is an
Okay.
unworked cave tunnel. The growths of slimes and molds and fungi that you see are exactly what you'd expect in a swamp cave. You imagine if you go down deep enough, you might even hit some flooded out patches.
Okay, so I can't tell if there has been like any movement or unnatural movement on the dirt.
Nothing seems unnatural.
Okay.
Make a perception check. That might also lend
Yeah.
to what you're wanting to do here.
That's not good. 11.
11. Okay. Hard stone floor. Nothing to see here.
Okay. He's going to, Drake's going to pick up a rock, mark the wall towards the left tunnel to show which way he's gone down, and then continue moving forward down the left tunnel.
Okay. You go for a time, good few moments, and you come to a dead end. Well, it's not exactly a dead end. The tunnel narrows so much that it becomes a thin crack or crevice.
Anywhere that I could slip through it or no?
So you check that out. I mean, you can start getting through it, and then it starts to get pretty snug. You could you could give it a try. But it looks like it gets pretty narrow in there.
Can I see if it opens up further down?
I hope you're not a claustrophobic one.
No, Drake's fine with this. But could Drake be able to see down if it opens up more, or is it too dark for him to see?
You would need to make an acrobatics check to attempt to squeeze through, and then you could.
Okay, so I'd have to squeeze in a bit just to see.
From where you're standing, presently, you see crack in the wall, dark crack in the wall.
Am I close? Am I close enough to see this?
So the party arrives. And okay, well, Drake got stopped here, so you're all there at the moment.
Okay. Perhaps I could turn myself into a little spider to try and get through.
I will send my specter through. You do not need to use your magic.
All right.
I send, we'll call him Bob. I send Bob on through.
My name is not Bob.
You're Bob now.
Why do you disgrace me so?
Bob, less talking, more scouting. Come back when you can tell us what's on the other side.
A force as if some invisible hand seems to control the specter, move him almost puppet-like against his will. And he goes in through the crack, this crevice, jutting its way through the solid bedrock in front of you. For a time, he is gone. He eventually returns, just phasing right through the rock. There is a den at the bottom of which is a ooze of black goop.
Yes. Oozes are dangerous.
There is a tunnel leading out of this vile pit. So he says this crack was very thin, and it just kind of like spider webs through the rock. He found one section that led down into this kind of big pit thing with a black ooze thing just lurking down there, and then it has like a tunnel, a bigger tunnel connected to it.
Not worth us squeezing through there where the ooze would be able to easily come in and attack us.
Would the Spectre retain any memories of his previous life?
I think we
I forget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a shadow of what he once was, though there is always a chance that he might remember certain helpful details if you would try to extract them out of him.
Okay.
Hmm.
Can we ask
Do you have any questions for the Spectre, whose name is not Bob?
I say not Bob. What's down the other tunnel?
He is loath to open his mouth and speak to the enemy. Make
Tell him.
if you would like, you can make some kind of charisma type check.
I'll make
Okay.
a charisma check.
Charisma's my forte.
Yeah, and you can do it like an intimidate. It probably sounds like intimidate's what you're doing with this one.
Intimidate. I
All
only got a
right.
13.
6 plus 3 is 9.
Well, I got higher, 13.
12. I'm sorry, I gave that plus 3 anyway. 12.
Let me rest in peace and stop bothering me with your questions.
Avery, by the way, I forgot to ask earlier, but do you have any problem with necromancy?
Well, as a druid of nature, I'd prefer you not to defile the natural order too much. You might have a little bit of an issue.
Indeed. I'll take it
Why
under
must-
advisement.
He claims that he's just temporarily renting their spirit.
I will release it when I am done.
Perhaps its name is not Bob and it wants to just leave for now. Why do you have to keep it in the mortal world when it has already
It
died?
was our enemy. It worked for the Swamp Queen.
Oh, I see. Well, if it works
He's
for the
always got
Swamp
a reason
Queen-
for everything.
Enemies still deserve an honorable death.
I will give him his honorable death after.
Yes,
we
he
have
fought
killed
bravely. Let him lie.
Well,
You
if he
stay
has
out of
more,
this.
if he has more use to us in dealing with the Swamp Queen, even as a druid, I think that it is perfectly acceptable to use him until we deal with the Swamp Queen ourselves.
I'm glad that you are so practical.
Yes, magic
try
is
my best.
magic. Necromancy is just another form of magic.
I always appreciate your input, Lykar.
In a
Let us-
natural form.
Let us continue. I think we should avoid this crack for now unless we have no recourse.
No reason to get ourselves all stuck in there and then dissolved away by some black ichor of doom.
Agreed.
This one agrees.
Yes, I agree as
Lead,
well.
Drake.
Okay, so the party backtracks back to that split off, and you head down the right-hand passage.
Yeah.
I'm going to take scouting up again. Drake's going to start scouting again.
Drake, after a time, you come to yet another split off.
Right.
Not all too dissimilar from the first one.
I'm going to do another perception check, if that's all right.
Okay.
$17.
The right-hand passage, the air smells older and staler. You also notice some faint indications of movement that people have moved through here at some point in time.
Down the left-hand one?
Right hand.
Right-hand one. Okay.
Yeah. Also, right hand. It seems like there have been some movement. You see some some slight indications in the stone, and also this kind of old stale. You imagine that's the way to the tomb. It has kind of like that tomb staleness sent to it, emanating from somewhere farther off. To the left-hand side, seems the same. As in the same from the tunnel you've been in the whole time, not going into. I'm
going to mark heading to the right this time.
You make a subtle little mark there on the wall, and the party continues onwards. The tunnel loops around wider and wider. It actually widens up at one point, and there are steps, old, rough steps carven into the rock, going down. And that stale tomb scent, this seems to be the source from which it emanates.
I'm going to hold up there, then.
I'd say we'd found the crypts. Also, Esper, you got a little donation on your YouTube.
Shout out to Sam. Thank you so much for the support. I'm glad you're enjoying the adventure. Orgrim says, let's keep things quiet here. If you need to prepare with any spells, back up a tick and cast them.
We're told there are whites below. We should be prepared. I'm not going to cast any magic until we get into a fight. My spells are limited.
Orgrim says he has a magic weapon spell he can cast on someone's weapon if need be.
I
takes out Drake.
I don't think anyone uses weapons except
Orgrim, you wish to cast a magic weapon. And he waves around his snake staff. A magic weapon.
Oh, no, not that one. Drake, what do you have?
Drake just holds up his fist.
I don't know what to do there.
Well, how about this one? And Kivish will take out his nymph carving of rosewood, black pearls for eyes, aka druidic focus, and spend the next minute doing some stuff, chanting and dancing and waving focus around and doing all sorts of stuff centered around his little horse, Tynan.
He's doing that.
All right. So Kivish performs his swamp gumbo there, and Tynan the tar pony begins to distend and morph, and it transforms into an elemental creature made of tar and licking flames.
I should ask my two new companions, Drake and Avery, how do you feel about demons?
He's going to keep asking you these kinds of questions.
Well, demons, I suppose that they're natural in their own realm of existence, but in the mortal realm, don't really think I have too much fancy for demons unless they help us in some way.
It would be helping if it's needed. I'm not going to summon it just willy-nilly, but if things get bad enough, it might be useful.
I'd rather you make more undead than conjure horrid demons.
It's a very stupid demon, if it makes a difference.
I think Lykar is going to cast mage armor on himself.
Good call.
Nice.
All right, so Kivish has transformed Tynan into the tar fire elemental.
Correct.
Lykar has bolstered himself with magic, force, mage armor. Any other spells before heading into
Yes,
what might
Kivish-
be dangerous area?
Dirk's gonna make a small prayer to his god, to Dionysus.
Mm.
So would that be a religion check there?
Yes. So you had like a good minute here or so while they were preparing their things. So plenty of time for you. Make a religion check, but based on wisdom, not intelligence.
Okay. $13.
Okay. So yeah, you recite through the prayer to Dionysus the Fury. You remember bravery and power and swift athletic sureness, and his tenets that you must carve your own way in this world, and only you can decide what is right and true. And you take a nice deep breath and steel yourself to go down into what could be a dangerous crypt.
Kivish also has one more. He is also going to cast the Shillelagh cantrip upon his snake staff.
Excellent.
That, when he animated, it do even more damage.
All right. So Kivish has got a pretty wicked looking staff with this like snake head thing at the end. You all descend into a crypt. It is a large crypt. It's an ancient area. The stone here is very roughly worked, and it was carven long ago. So there's not much rhyme or reason in the way that it was hewn out of the bedrock. You see many old, what do we call these? Maybe alcoves where the ancient dead would have rested. Maybe here and there you'll find some bits of old bone and scraps of remnants of burial cloth. Maybe no more than threads eaten away by vermin. There are some old burial mounds here and there. You see bones, some stone sarcophagi. So definitely a crypt type terrain, but not elaborate. The architecture is rudimentary, primitive, nothing regal at all fairly primal looking. A large area as well. And it looks like it's going to open up into some other area. Oh, shit. No, you don't have that much light. Okay. So a large area.
120 feet dark vision?
Could I do like a perception check to see or an investigation to see if anyone has been here very recently, messing in the crypt?
Go for it.
And let me know if my 120 vision gives me anything different. This is a passive thing.
Sure.
That is a 12 plus perception, so that's 5, 8. That's a 20.
Okay, excellent. So just to answer Noxiqual there, maybe you were the one that could notice way far out there. It looks like it's opening up into some other sections. Well, at least one other section.
I whisper that. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got that long range devil sight stuff. So you're like, yeah, this place is really large. It looks like it's going to open up into another section farther on. The 20 perception. There has been a little bit of movement here recently. Nothing large, maybe a few people.
But people and not like rats.
People. Yep. Boots, regular humanoid size boots here and there, some bony toe prints maybe. They seem to congregate largely coming from north. I'm just gonna say north and south. Looks like they're coming largely north and south and east and west, like an intersection. So almost like a cross shape is where most of the footsteps, the indications of footsteps are. Nothing wandering, nothing out in the corners. It seems pretty, someone came through here, someone came through here.
Does it seem like a camp, perhaps? Like that people are camping here? Or hiding
You know,
out
so you
here?
notice nothing that indicates camp.
This would be the undead of the Swamp Queen.
Perhaps
All right,
we
so your party is kind of huddled up there at the very beginning of the crypt, kind of just like looking down off the foot of the stairway. Do you have a plan, or are you just going to filter out as a group?
Perhaps we should investigate where these people are going to and from. They seem to be going through these passages a lot, and maybe we should go and try and find one of them.
Drake, Avery, you take point. Lykar and Kivish, you stay side by side. Me and
Orgrim.
Orgrim will bring up the rear.
Okay.
I'll keep my shade with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please do keep your shade with you. I'd prefer him not to be with me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Shade up front. No, I'm just kidding. Stay with me.
So we can make 3 even groups of 3, right? We got
Two.
Noxiqual, Shade, and sorry, you said you took Avery?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
right.
Wait, is shade?
And
I thought that
then-
was the specter.
Yeah,
That's
Spectre.
Spectre.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
not
Just
Bob.
making sure. I didn't mean any of you.
Yeah, and then
I'm fine with
Kivish,
you.
Lykar, Tynan Elemental, and then Orgrim, Drake, and someone.
No, we can make 2 groups of 3 and 1 group of
That
2.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
So-
we're off.
Yeah, the shadow monk and the beast druid are in the front. Then we've got Noxiqual, Lykar. No, I'm sorry, Lykar. Lykar, Kivish, and the Tarfire Elemental. Then in the rear, Orgrim, Noxiqual, and the Spectre. So the party goes out and just, it sounds like just kind of going straight forward into the center, into the middle of the crypt. Avery had a mind to investigate, to kind of look around. You just are starting to do some investigations when you hear a voice call to you from the far northern side of this chamber. Okay. Intruders, you are not welcome here. We have slumbered for centuries upon centuries. This is our sacred ground, our burial. Do not violate that which has lain undisturbed.
I hear this.
Everyone hears this.
Oh, everyone hears
It's closest, of course, to you in the front.
this.
Did not the Swamp Queen disturb you already?
You speak of things in which you do not know. Intruder.
Well, it was worth a try.
We're not here to defile your graves. We're just looking around, trying to find the Swamp Queen. Can you help us with that, or are you enemies?
Are you a shaman?
No, I am a druid.
Then you are a heathen. You are not our kind. Leave.
Well, I don't think that we want to leave now, do we?
Are you a lizard folk or a dwarf? Were you, I should say.
We of the older race.
Shamans remind me of the lizard folk tribes.
You know what you should ask him to do?
Open up. No. Tell me.
You
Is
would
there a
like
way that-
us to open up? You would invite your very doom upon yourselves.
I ask if you would let us pass. Is there not some way that we can come to an arrangement?
If you wish to speak with the dwarven witch, you must go through the other entrance. This is our rest. Our spirits grow angry. You hear other voices start to enter into this. Not a cacophony, but still enough of them to where it starts to get a little bit chaotic and hard to pay attention. Leave us be! You anger us. Our slumber.
Do we know about how many there are? The voices that we hear?
More than 3, less than a dozen.
See, I'm torn here because on one hand, they told us the Swamp Queen's back the other way, but I think they also serve the Swamp Queen,
Right.
and they're going to be potential fighting for the dwarves that have to come through. Where are they coming from? Can I see them?
Voices are coming from all around. The first, that main voice that was talking, he is to the north, or what's like your left-hand side.
Well, I'll look for
You have
him.
120 feet. I can see where you're at here on the map.
Yeah.
Seems to be coming from the shadows beyond.
So even further than 120 feet. All right.
Yeah.
No problem. I'm just going to do like a sweep of my head and say, well, we have a choice to make here. We can deal with this later. We can deal with this now.
I say, why should we wait?
If you delay, it seems these angry spirits of the tomb will attack.
I think that
They have threatened you, and their voices are wailing from all around.
I think that we can take these, don't you? I think we can
Shit.
deal with this situation.
Spectre, find them. I point him like in the direction of where the voice came from.
All right, the specter howls and goes swooping off. You hear the sounds of scraping stone, of old tombs being opened, of the dead moaning and rasping, drawing in air through desiccated lungs. Everyone roll for initiative here as some nasty things are about to descend out of them.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's a natural 20 on my initiative.
Oh, that's a 13 for me. You're on that one.
No, I've always been rolling low, and I got a 9. This is literally the highest roll I've ever got on my initiative. Last
Did
year,
you say you got a
I always
13?
roll bad for initiative, so I
Pissed me
feel you.
Nick, did
It
you say you got 13?
Oh, yay, I'm not last.
Would I, Esper, would I be able to wild shape before combat begins? So I can get ready, prepare myself?
Yeah, that's fine. It's just like a bonus action for you, right?
It is a
Yeah.
bonus action.
Yeah, you could have done it, there at the end of the exchange while the whales were going on.
Okay, good. I will, I'll wild shape into a giant elk.
Giant elk. Okay. Who has the highest initiative?
Not me.
Great.
I got a 13.
23. Who's got 23?
Yeah, 23,
Noxiqual.
then Kivish with 20.
Whoa, just tell me who has the highest.
Okay.
Noxiqual.
Noxiqual 23. Okay, after that,
Kivish with 20.
give us 20. Okay.
And then whoever had 13.
19, 18, 17.
Avery was 13.
Avery.
Avery with
13.
13. Avery.
Then Drake with 9.
Drake with a 9. Okay. Noxiqual.
And what did you get, Lykar?
A 1.
Oh.
Nothing?
Man. He
What
said
about the
one-ish.
Natural 1.
What about Spectre?
I'm
What
rolling
about
for him
Tarfire
now.
Elemental?
Oh, you wanted me to roll separately? Okay.
Yeah.
Tyne in the Elemental is going to have a 16 plus something. The dexterity of that. I think a 15, I believe. Unless it gets another bonus. I don't see where initiative is written.
Spectre got
15.
7 for the Spectre.
You rolled a natural 16 on the Tarfire?
Yes, so that should be a 15 because its dex is minus 1.
Dex minus, okay, so 15 for Tynan. Okay, and Spectre?
7.
7 Spectre. Okay, Noxiqual. What do you want to do? You've got the sounds of these ancient stones being moved, wailing, rasping voices shouting out, echoing from the shadows beyond. There's, like I said, this old, primitive crypt terrain all about you. It's a fairly large chamber, so it's pretty open otherwise.
2 questions. 1, do I see any of them yet?
You do not.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm just going to ready an action to Eldritch Blast as soon as I see an enemy.
Okay, you grip Sombras and ready your fell energy.
No bonus action at this time.
There is a thing, and I'm going to roll said thing.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Is it possible?
You
for
all
me-
hear the sound of things moving to the northern side, or to you all's left hand side. Now, to one side, you hear the sound of movement,
Roughly 120
slow footsteps and such. Noxiqual, nope. Okay, and there's actually going to be some attacks happening here. Well, I guess then Noxiqual will see them after the attacks.
Attacks coming from beyond 120 feet.
No, though their stealth was a 12, and I have your passive at 12.
Which means I would have matched them. Which
They hit your DC, so the aggressive active person wins on ties.
Oh.
Just like how you hit an AC to.
I thought perception was the active aggressive.
No, they are stealthing against your passive.
Gotcha. Okay.
You could roll if you'd like.
It's up to you. I mean, I feel like I never got the chance to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. You guys are all actively looking around, so go ahead and everyone roll a perception.
And I should use my giant elk's perception here.
Yep.
Ooh. Kivish sees whatever it is. That is Hester's blessing of a 20, which is a 26 total.
I got a 23 because I got a natural 19.
Nice.
Nice.
16.
Did you say 22 on Avery?
23.
23. Okay.
I got an 8.
And
I got
Noxiqual?
a 9. Yeah, I didn't see them. I got
Okay.
a 9.
So you're going to see them after they attack here.
Sure.
But just you, because they're far enough away that they're outside of everyone else's.
It'll trigger my ready to action after they attack.
Yeah. So, gosh, they
mind
are
recalling?
going to. Who was the main person talking there? Who was that?
I said that I think that we should
Avery
take them.
and Kivish were the two main ones, and then
Yeah.
Nox, you also
They're
talked.
gonna.
to us.
How big is that elk?
It says that it is a huge beast.
You're like, your antlers are scraping the ceiling here of this tomb.
Oh,
I should have asked how big the place
Yeah. Might have a hard time turning around.
Clearly, he's
when
a young-
I transform into him, I'm just gonna tell everyone, get behind me.
What a young druid.
Okay.
I didn't realize the cave was so small.
So first, there's going to be a couple flights of arrows at this big target here. 19 and 7.
A 19 and a 7. The 19 hits, the 7 misses.
6 damage.
All right. Oh, I should get. I just realized that my wild shapes aren't my character's hit points. I need to get a piece of paper. Or I'll just write it over here.
Track them separate because they don't
Yeah.
carry over till you
Mhm.
run out.
All right, I get it.
All right. Are you good on that?
Yeah, I got it.
okay.
Sorry.
All right. So the elk is still standing, obviously. So there's going to be more arrows coming. We've got a 12 and 14.
A 12. The 14 is my armor class, and the 12 misses.
Okay. 4.
4 damage. All right. Oh man, I'm just getting hit here.
The elk still stands.
More arrows.
Couple arrows. Your thick hide repels them, and once again the same. All right. So there is a volley of arrows that come flying at this elk. Some miss. Some are kind of repelled by its hide. Others do some amount of wounding. Kivish, or rather, it's Noxiqual with this 120 feet of Devil Sight,
Yes.
or Dark Vision, I guess it is.
Yep.
You see out there at about this farthest. Oh my gosh!
You all right there?
This weapon has a longer range than your Dark Vision. I don't think you even see anything, man. They're
Okay.
they're out there. Yeah.
How did they see us? Is my question. Is it the light? Because they have to have limited range as well.
So,
Orgrim says,
well, we do have an elemental in our group that's emitting bright light for a 10-foot radius and dim light for 10
That's
feet
fine.
beyond that.
yeah.
That's fine. If
Can
they're
all-
beyond
can-
120
can
feet,
ev-
they're beyond 120 feet. That's
Can
all
everyone
we know
here? Can everyone here see in dark vision? Like has dark
Yes.
vision?
Yeah.
Right.
We all,
So
I think we all got it.
Everybody
if I-
has 60 feet except Nox, who has 120.
Would I have a? Is he using a torch to light, or is he just using the light spell?
Light spell.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was gonna look the torch out if it
for
was.
now. Ogrim, douse your light.
All right, let's keep things flowing here. Let's go to and so it was Avery who had a really high perception check. Avery, you hear more sounds of movement coming from a different direction. So
Let me
not
know if I see anything.
not quite a flank, but you've got things coming from two different directions.
What did 26 get, Kivish?
Okay, same thing. Kivish heard it too. Then, yeah.
Hmm.
So it sounds like there's two groups of things out there in the darkness,
And are they all
Kip-
like coming to us?
they seem to be in general. It's a slow, lurking kind of thing. You don't hear any swift footsteps. Quiet. They're slinking along. Kivish, what do you do?
All right. So, can you see any of them? Not yet.
Mm-mm. They're just
All right.
they're hiding out there in the darkness, firing arrows at the moment.
All right. He will just stand where he is, maybe take advantage of like any slight bit of cover, and
Yeah.
say the word Karnathir, which is the name of his staff of the adder to animate the snake head of it.
All right,
And-
the snake is active, and you've got your back against like this old stone tomb. You look around, it's like an old skull looking up at you, like.
Hoping the lid doesn't decide to.
Tynan, do you have a command for him?
Yeah. I mean, he'll explain to ready in action if that makes sense.
right. Tynan, ready yourself. He has a glob of flaming tar that he's rolling up in his hand. Avery,
I can't see any other.
the foes are out in the darkness. They fired arrows at you. You know the direction they came from, though. Just like
I do?
to your left.
Can I ready myself so when I see something that is within 20 feet, I can just charge into it?
Okay. Orgrim puts out his light and takes cover as well behind a tomb. Blast this thing off. Drake.
All right. Would I have known which way the arrows have came from?
Yes, you all do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to shadow step that direction. So
Okay.
60 feet. And then I'm going to use my movement to move an additional 30 feet.
Ooh, well, that's interesting. So you've moved a total of 90 feet, have you not?
Yes.
Okay. And you have 60 feet of
60.
dark vision.
Yeah.
Okay. There are 4 creatures that you've spotted. They're hiding. They're kind of doing a similar tactic. They're getting cover behind stony tombs or just this natural, cave terrain. So you can see, part of a face and a shoulder, old, pale things. They have armor and weapons, but they seem like they're from an older age. Time-worn tomb guardians.
All right. I'm going to pull out a couple shurikens.
Mm-hmm.
And whichever one's closer, I'm going to send them in that direction.
Make a stealth check.
Ooh, not good.
And Drake is the Shadow Monk, correct?
Yeah.
Shadow Monk, and he's got a bit of
15.
rogue. I think 1 level of rogue. Okay.
Yeah.
They have not noticed you yet.
Okay.
So you have advantage on your attack.
Okay. That's good.
Go get him. You can do it.
What'd you come up with?
Give me a second. I'm adding it all. Gotta check the dart real quick on the attack bonus.
Let's see. You should have like a 3 proficiency, and then what's your dexterity modifier?
5, so 8, 16.
Okay, you got +8. Yeah, just on your sheet, just put +8 for shuriken.
Okay. While he's doing that, are the entrances where the arrows and stuff are being shot, are they large enough for me to get through as my elk?
So the entrance that you all came from, like where those stairs were, that would be a really tight squeeze for you.
Okay.
Otherwise, as far as you can see, there's just crypt, and
it's just like a giant crypt.
Yeah, you can move. You can move through it. Just probably your antlers will be scraping off the ceiling a bit.
I hope I don't cause like any rocks on the party. Sorry, guys.
This tomb has lasted for 2,000 years. No. All right. What'd you come up with?
So if I have the +8, it would have been a 16 for the attack.
Okay, you have struck your target. You fling your dart. It hits the thing.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say 16?
Yeah.
Okay, so even with the cover, you got him.
Okay. All right. Let me double check what I got to roll for the damage on that.
It's a D4 plus a D6 of your sneak attack plus your 5 dexterity.
Okay. So I need D4 and a D6.
Yeah, D4 is the that's the weapon damage die. It's a D4 piercing damage, and then a D6 for sneak attack since you had advantage, and add 5 because that's your dexterity modifier.
Okay. Ooh, that's 11 in total.
Is that a magic weapon?
No.
Orgrim grumbles in the darkness. Nobody needs magic weapon, they said. Okay. So he resists it. I mean, it's going to do 5 damage. It'll do half.
Okay.
The old tomb guardian flesh repels the regular mortal steel. Let's move along to the specter.
Hold on a second. I think I have 2 attacks.
Oh, yes, you do have 2 attacks. Go ahead and throw another one.
Go for it.
All right, and this one is
you
not
don't have advantage this time, though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think so. 15.
This time it reflects off the stone that he's using for cover. Nearly hit him, though. Nearly hit him.
Well, at least there had been a spark and sound, so everybody would know where they're at.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone has a kind of general idea. He's fighting out there. And Nox can even see him 90 feet away where he's throwing these shurikens. Spectre.
I gave the Spectre the command to find them and attack them. So
oh yes, the Spectre had flown off. Okay, what's the speed on the Spectre's flying?
50 feet of move.
50 feet of flying. Okay.
He has a 60-foot dark vision range.
All right. So the Spectre, he curves around in the air now that he's noticing that fighting going on, and he's just past Drake. Yeah, like Drake, you just see this thing kind of like pass over your shoulder and fly a little ways ahead of you, heading towards those foes.
Does he get there or not?
He didn't get there yet.
Then I guess he'll dash to get there.
Yep, that's so he did like a total of 100 feet.
We're good.
Lykar.
Well, are we going to go and fight or are we going to stay? Because we're going to get just picked off by the arrows. I guess for the moment, since everybody's just trying to find cover, I think I'm going to just do my best and find some cover and ready a spell to see what we're doing.
Okay, so you crouch down as well, get a bit of cover. What spell would you like to ready?
So I can see what's going on exactly. I think I'm going to probably ready my Chaos Bolt, because that's got 120-foot range.
Okay. Okay, ready Chaos Bolt. Let's go back to Noxiqual.
Okay, so I haven't seen them. Everyone else took cover. There's an elk that's just still standing out there. Where'd the elk go?
He's there.
Oh, I'm just I'm standing there next
Just
to you.
standing there. Okay.
He's there. Kind of
You want to ride me?
maybe.
You gotta get on top of me. You can shoot your,
Does this one
your
have to do
Eldritch
all the
Blast.
work?
You're already scraping the ceiling. I don't want to be on top of you. With my luck, you'll like jump and I'll hit my head and kill me. Yeah. So I noticed where he's throwing the shurikens. I'm going to proceed 30 feet
Mhm.
in that direction, which will extend my 120 feet out.
Mhm.
Do I see them? I assume shurikens are pretty short range, so I figured he'd.
You can just
that's
see
pretty
them at the very edge. So same thing that I described previously. There's 4 of these things, and everyone's kind of using the same tactic. Everyone's using some cover. If you want to get like some better type of cover, you'll need to specify, and we'll have to do something a little bit special. But otherwise, unless you're like right there in melee, you're going to have like a half cover.
Okay, that's fine. So long as I can just get a half cover, I'm fine with advancing my 30 feet, and then I'm shooting my Eldritch Blast.
Okay, yeah. At the moment, that's what everyone has except for Giant Elk.
Focus firing on whichever one has the least cover. I assume they all have.
Yeah, roughly the same in game terms. So go ahead and fire the Eldritch Bolt.
So here comes 2 blasts as I swing my sword. Wow. Okay, that's both probably hits. An 18 and a 16 on the die. And then I add my...
Yep.
I'm just going to roll the damage.
Yep, they're both.
Both on the same one. I assume 1 bolt's not going to be enough. Okay, let's see. Total is going to be... Should I separate them out? It is force damage.
No need to.
Okay, then that's a total of 22 force damage.
Okay, that seems pretty effective. You slash twice with Sombras and these crackling bolts of Warlock power. Yeah, these like dark shards. Yeah, go flying through the air, slash into the target quite effectively.
And I'll just hunker behind my cover, and then I'm good.
It persists in grisly perseverance, sworn to defend its tomb.
Any vision on those flankers?
You do not see them.
I just keep them near out.
Yep. You really have not seen the exact bounds of this crypt. It's a large area, gargantuan area, one might say. All right, so a couple of the things, they knock arrows from these old, war bows.
Shoot it.
They take shots at Noxiqual this time.
Oh,
What? A monk hit them with his little shuriken. Shoot,
the
shoot
giant
the
elk
monk.
is safe this time.
What does half cover give again? I should look it up.
You have +2 to your AC.
Understood. 19 AC.
Okay, so those are 2 11s. We've got a 17 and a 23.
I could shield it, but I'm just gonna take an arrowhead.
Okay.
Not worried to shield it well.
You're looking at 10.
10 damage. Okay.
Miss, and miss. All right. So you're sitting there, and you've got like this volley of arrows. Some of them are smashing off the stone. One smashes like right by your face. Another one clips you. Let's go to Kivish.
All right, so yeah, there's fighting going on over there, but it's not close enough to really be where he wants it.
You have a really good perception check. The other group of enemies from the other direction, they are advancing slowly. You can't see them within your 60 feet of dark vision, but you're hearing them getting closer.
All right, so do I have any idea where they're going to come out in this room, or when?
Yeah. When? I mean, you might. You're not sure. I mean, it seems like they're getting a little closer than when those other ones were shooting their longbows. They were shooting longbows from like 150 feet away. These other ones, they've gotten closer than 150 feet.
Right, and from the left, you said.
The left is the one that you're already engaged with, and then
Okay.
to your right is like these new ones that are kind of creeping up a little closer, at least less distant.
All right. Kivish will go over to that direction as much as he can to try and find like an entrance, and then once he's moved his full speed, he will ready an action and give a command to
Okay.
Tynan Elemental to.
All right, so you move 30 feet to your right hand side to the newcomers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a new perception check.
Okay. That's gonna be an 18.
All right, you have spotted 5 of them. 4 are, as I had described before, they have this old armor, very time-worn armor. They have swords, they have bows, and there is another one which is a little different. It is not carrying such weapons, and it has a cowl, but also this like deathly thing, like desiccated, old, like bleached out skin, almost a skull-like face.
Right. All right. 5 of them. They're all wearing at least some amount of armor.
4 are armored, and then the other one's just
The cowl is not
It
armored.
looks kind of mage-like.
All right. I see.
Let's see, and you move that. So they're, with 50, 60 feet away from you, this group.
All right. Actually, in that case, I'm not going to ready an action. I'm going to use an
they're
action.
lurking along. They're using cover and shadows and stuff to try to hide, but you notice them.
Right. All right. So, yeah. In that case, I'm just going to use an action instead, and I'm going to cast Heat Metal on the metal armor.
Okay. You heat up the armor of the probably the closest one to you. It looks at you. It doesn't seem to exactly feel pain, but it seems dismayed by its flesh being singed.
Presumably, it would take damage.
Yes, I don't remember when the damage happens. If it's now on his turn.
The object takes 2d8 fire damage. Although, actually, I think I want to cast this for the 3rd level slot. When you cast the spell, until the spell ends, the duration is concentration up to a minute. You can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause damage again.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm trying to think if there's a saving throw. There isn't actually a saving throw.
The armor, I don't think
to drop the item. Yeah. All right.
There's not anything he can do to get away from it.
All right.
Yeah.
And all right. Yeah, I guess I can't actually cast it on all of their armor. Oh well.
It's already pretty powerful.
Yeah. So
you can take out a legion with it.
The nearest one will get hot, and end up taking a grand total of 8.
Does that armor glow in the darkness with the heat?
I would hope so.
Mhm.
It's not written in the description, but I would hope.
Sounds
Yeah.
like that might break their stealth.
So you, everyone can see this bits of like this glowing orangish red, this hot, armor that's given up. It's not a lot of light, but it's enough for everyone to at least see where he's at. Let's go to Tynan in Tarfire form.
Great. It's time for some throwing of burning fiery stuff. So now I can make more than one of them have things stuck to them that are on fire. Yeah. He'll use his ready to action, or I guess Tynan's a he. Yeah. Will use his ready to action to throw that glob of burning tar
Excellent.
at not the one that just got its armor heated, but a different one.
Okay, so it won't be the ready to action. It'll actually be on Tynan's turn. And what he'll do is he'll move forward. He's a little slow. Yeah. As long as he just moves his full speed, he'll kind of glob his way over there. And then he'll be within range to sling his glob.
Right.
Go ahead and roll that up.
Alrighty. That's a 19 plus, what is it? It's that's a 23 total.
Excellent. Quite a hit.
All right. Doesn't actually do all that much, but that's what you get for a CR2 creature. That's gonna do 4 damage.
4 damage is still 4 damage.
Indeed,
Okay.
and it's keeps going.
That's right.
Burn that keeps on burning.
Yes, at the start of each of that target's turn, it will take another D6 fire damage. It's got this glob of burning tar on it now. The target or another creature can put the fire out by spending an action to scrape off the glob. Alternatively, dousing it with 1 gallon of water will put it out. Okay, so they can keep burning, or they can essentially waste their turn getting it scraped off.
Yeah.
Well played. Let's go to Avery.
I suppose. I guess I'll go. So you said that there were people from the left that were getting closer.
From the right, and
Oh,
you can
the
see
right.
one of them now. He
I
has
can see
he
one.
has like glowing red hot armor and a glob of fiery tar on him.
How far away is he from me?
He is 70, 80 feet away from you. Let's
70.
see, tar fire move 20. Yeah, he's like 80 feet away from you.
Ah, man, I can only move 60 feet.
Oh wait, you were in the front, so I'm gonna cut that down. He's like we'll say 70 feet away.
70 feet.
Yeah.
Okay,
You might have reach. You're a huge creature.
let me check.
Yeah, you probably have like 10 feet on some antlers.
Oh, I
10
do
foot
have.
reach.
I do have 10 feet. Thank you, Warsor.
Nice.
Got
or
your
not.
back, man.
All right, I am going to charge
All right,
straight at
So
the
the
one
elk
that
lowers its head, which is kind of a little bit lowered already. And you go trampling in there. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yep. So since it's a charge and it's at least 20 feet straight forward, I'm gonna do my ram attack, which
Okay.
oh, oops. Oh, that's good. I think 22.
A hit.
All right. So sorry, let me get my dice. So I get oh, where is it? Oh, it's 2d6 plus 4, so that's 14, and then since I hit with that, I get another 2d6 with my charge. So that's 14, and then 19. That's 21 damage. And then he also has to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
A solid hit. You ram straight at him with your horns, and strength is a failure. He goes bumbling down to the ground. Curse you, intruders! Curse upon you all and your families. May
That's
you
what-
rot and be eaten over a millennia by worms.
I just want to roar at it a bit.
Don't let everyone know that we're here. God damn.
Oh, yes. All right. Orgrim Halfgrey. Orgrim. Who's close to Orgrim? Let's see. Noxiqual was close, but then he went off.
I'm 30 feet.
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
Me.
He is. He's gonna. He's gonna move. And Lykar, didn't you ready a Chaos Bolt?
Yep.
Fire that off because you see that guy who's on fire.
Yep. Okay.
Do it.
$18.
Hit.
Okay. Chaos bolts.
It's
2d8
2d10.
plus 1d6.
Yeah.
2, 4. That's 6.
And then the type of damage is based on what you roll.
3, 9. We'll make it force damage. So he's
Nice.
got a total of 4, 5, 6, 9 damage for a total.
Okay. The thing is like it's gotten all kinds of blasted, and the elk came in there and rammed it. So it falls to the ground. It looks in very bad shape. It doesn't look like he's really gonna make it. He's probably like muttering out his like last oaths and like, "I have fulfilled my duty. Stood in watch over this tomb for 1,000 years."
And it only took 5 minutes of meeting the PCs before
Yeah. Right.
I'm
I
sorry.
bet he didn't expect to go down by an elk.
Yeah. It takes a century to grow a forest and 1 afternoon to burn it down.
No, it's like every great NPC who's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. 5 minutes after he meets the PC, he dies.
Orgrim Halfgrey. He will move his movement take cover like as before, and he's going to fire off a fire spell at that at the one who got knocked over. See if he can finish him off. I guess I'll have disadvantage because this thing is actually prone, but so be it. Okay, we've got 13. 13 to hit is not going to do it. Okay, so he fires off from his wand a firebolt spell. It doesn't quite strike its target. Drake fell.
Okay.
Drake. Let's see. You're like
90 feet out.
Well,
yeah, you're within my range.
Yeah, you're 60 feet away from 4 of these undead tomb guardians.
Sounds like one hop.
Yeah. So I'm in the shadow step once again.
Sounds like one shadow step. Now, are you shadow stepping just in their midst?
No.
Okay.
I want to shadow step behind them.
Okay.
And then this is where it's gonna get fun. I want to stealth because I'm behind them, so I believe I'm out.
Yeah, make your stealth check.
Yeah. He wants to disappear from in front of them, and they're all looking forward.
This might not be good. 13.
Failure. You step through the shadows and you reappear. You do catch the things a bit off guard. I think you get advantage on your next attack after shadow step, but they look over kind of at the last second right as you're attacking.
Then I'm going to go for whichever one's closer. I think.
So we'll say you're attacking that same one you hit with your dart.
All right. Just straight up melee for that.
Yep.
Roll the crap out of him.
So that'd be 16 again.
Hit.
Your fist count as magic.
Yes. Yeah. So
yeah.
This is
a 6th level monk, you get that. He has exactly.
I thought so. I just wanted to state it.
1.
Does the magic actually, is that relevant for damage? Because my beast form and wild shape, it's actually all magic damage when I attack.
It is relevant.
That's what I was assuming. I didn't make him resist.
Yeah, they're resistant to, so they're taking off.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
If
so
it's not magic.
I just do 1 point of damage.
Oh no.
No. It'll be more than that because you'll add in your 5 dexterity.
So it'd be 6.
Yeah. So you rolled like a 1 on the d6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a total of 6. And actually, I don't know if I understood correctly. Were you saying that the elk's natural attacks are magic or not?
Yes. Yeah. All since I'm a druid of the Circle of the Moon, all my wild shapes are magic.
Okay, it's like class feature. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. And I think you can keep attacking, Drake.
Yeah, I got 1 more hit I can do.
Yeah.
This one. How close are the other ones? Out of curiosity.
They're all pretty close to you.
Are they within melee?
You got them within like 10, 15 feet of you.
Okay. Excellent. All right. I'm gonna stun him.
Okay. On the attack that you just hit with.
No, on the next one. No, wait.
I mean, you just hit him. So you could try to stun.
Let's see the stun now.
Yeah. Okay. So spend your key point, and then he'll make a con save.
Yeah. I gotta double check on what.
Are they able to be stunned?
23.
Ooh. Okay, give me a second. Double check.
No undead could be stunned.
Most things can be stunned. It's pretty rare to find a monster that can't be stunned.
Yeah, they can't be poisoned, and I think most can't be frightened, but they can totally be stunned.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And be knocked prone.
Yeah, and prone. Stamped on with giant hooves.
I'll remember things can be stunned if they're undead. Interesting.
Prone is one of the conditions you put to anything except for giant centipedes.
Are you looking for your DC?
Yeah, what I got to roll for the stun.
What is your wisdom modifier?
It is a +4.
Okay, so you've got 8 plus your proficiency, so it's 11 plus your wisdom, which is 15. So you got DC 15 on your monk.
Okay, so that's 15.
Monk effects. So you got 23 on his con save, but you still have another attack.
All right, I'm gonna hit him again.
Why does he have a third attack?
No, I get 2 attacks. The stunning fist
That
is
was the
probably
first-
Oh,
attack.
that was the first attack.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. 19 plus. That's gonna hit, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
19. Okay, then we'll just. That is 9, and strike for another stunning fist as well.
9 damage?
Yeah.
All right. You strike the creature up close. You know, you're getting a little bit of a grave smell coming off of it. Pale grayish skin thing. It's like this kind of skull face looking back at you. Hollowed out eyes with these little white ghostly flares, pinpricks, you know, staring out from within the sockets. Its teeth bearing like this. Old armor. You are brave, but you have no honor.
This one is full of
Damn.
honor. It's one of meeting you in combat.
Are you trying to stun?
Yeah, I'm stunning again.
He fails. So before he can retort to you, he kind of you knock him off kilter. Let's move on to Spectre. I guess the Spectre is going to arrive now. It descends down.
Spectre actually, his hand turns into like a claw and he reaches, trying to drain the life out of one of these things.
Okay.
So
Can you drain the life out of dead things?
we're gonna find out. So
You
does
can do
a,
it, Bob.
Does a
Not
24
Bob. It's not Bob.
does a 24 work?
24 more than hits.
And this is necrotic damage. DC 10 or reduce its maximum, by however much damage it takes. But I'm sure it's either resisted or immune. We'll see. That's 8 necrotic damage.
Okay. It does resist the necrotic. So you do 4.
Okay, and then it has to make a DC 10 con save or lose 4 max hit points till its next progression.
It is resisting that effect. It got like a 19.
I doubt it would matter, but hey, sometimes they could heal themselves, maybe. So
Okay.
max hit point might work.
Let's zoom on over to where Kivish and Tynan are. They're kind of, and also the giant elk, right? So they're over to a different side, and there are 4. As there's one on the ground, he's about to burn to death. There's 4 others, one of which is this kind of mage-looking one with a cowl, this undead caster. I suppose actually it's just going to be him acting at the moment, though. And he is beholding everything that is unfolding there. He kind of stands from the shadows. Oh my. He looks at you, Kivish, and he says, "You are slaying those who are dear to me. I shall do the very same to you."
Oof.
He
Joke's on you, he
is
doesn't like us.
he is going to attack Tynan.
Oh shit.
Actually, what he is going to do is he's going to cast a dispel on Tynan. Tynan reverts down into a pony. "Slay the beast," he commands to his fellow wights. Lykar.
Okay, so I can't see the battle that Noxiqual's in. That's too far away, right? But I can see the other battle,
Correct.
obviously, because they hit him. I'm going to move in that direction as far as I can.
Okay, so you move 30 feet in the direction of burning glob of fire.
Okay. Do I have a pretty good view of what I can see now? All right. I'm
Yes.
going to.
You see, technically there's 5 targets, but the one guy is on the ground about to burn to death. So there's 4 standing, 3 of which are the ones that have this like old worn armor, and then 1 is this undead mage one. They've all got half cover.
Okay, I'm going to nuke them.
nuke away.
Let's see. 2, 4, 8. Just making some room so the dice don't go all over the place. Okay, cool. No ones. 6, 10, 18. That's 28 damage.
Okay, 28 on fireball, right?
Yep.
All right. So the one who was already burning to death on the ground, he's just like he gets just charred, so he's gone. Mark that one off. All right. Roll on 3 others. On a dexterity save, a fail, a 20 and a 21. So it sounds like we've got 2 successes. It was 28 fire damage. Is that right?
I think so.
Whoa. Gesundheit, whoever that was.
Oh, sorry about that.
That was a sound effect for the fireball there.
I have to share the room I'm in with other people, so when I can't always control when they make noise.
Okay, 28. And now I'm going to roll for the undead mage one. He saves. And where's his? Okay. So 3 of them saved, 1 of them failed, and the one on the ground got charred away. That spell seemed to be pretty effective, though. You did quite a bit of fire damage. None of them are down, but it seems like they definitely noticed that impact a lot. Noxiqual.
All right, back to the top.
While you're going through, I'm going to run and use a restroom and grab a drink.
I'm going to. So, over there with the ranged people, did my Spectre attack the one I hit or the one that got shuriken?
Yeah, he's fighting the same one with Drake.
Which one did I blast the turn before? Was it the same one?
Turns out a different one.
That's fine. I'm going to focus fire on the one I did before. So, Eldritch Blast again.
All right, blast away.
So, first one is only a checking. I believe that's a 16. Just want to make sure. Yes, there's a 16 on the first Eldritch Blast. And then a 18 on the second.
Both are hits.
Okay. First blast. If I drop him, I will change targets. But I do 14 force damage on the first.
Okay.
And then 12 on the next. So total.
The second one does him in. The shards of darkness slash through the undead, and it collapses. Still no longer animate.
I look back. I see things seem to be under control back the other way, and so I will continue 30 feet forward.
Yep.
Towards the archers to help Drake. So
let's move it on to the enemies.
Boy.
Oh, the new ones are between Noxiqual and Kivish in the order?
Okay. The new ones between Noxiqual and Kivish.
Because I'm 23, he's 20. Initially.
Yeah. They are Nox, then the enemies, but not the mage guy.
Oh,
then
okay.
Kivish. Yeah. So let's see. The elk is the one who's in melee. Is that correct? Okay. So one is going to fight the elk in melee.
Oh boy.
2 are going to draw out their bows and fire onto Tynan.
Oh, they have bows. Okay.
So in melee, first, Sir Great Elk, you see its hand reach out to you as such, grasping for you, hungering for your life energy. That is a 13 to hit.
That does not hit. I have 14.
Woo! Woo! So close. All right. Then what does he have? Then he has a sword slash. 14. Wow.
That will hit.
He likes to play it really, really close. All right. That is 9 damage.
9 damage.
He cuts you. And now there is a volley of arrows. Poor Titan has +2 to AC. do you have Titan's stats?
Yeah, you had said he was statted as a warhorse before, so I have this pulled up.
Okay.
So I'm next to the pony, right? Or the horse?
No, it's back because it was actually in the Tarfire elemental form, hurling globs. Yeah.
All right, so
critical hit and a 23.
all right, well those are both hits.
So that mage was not lying.
All right.
Oh, Titan. All right.
Wait, so what exactly is Titan? Is it just like a horse or a...
A small horse of strange tar material with glowing white eyes.
It's a tar pony.
Yeah.
And sitting on top of its head is a small falcon.
19.
Oh no, this poor pony.
How is Tynan?
Up.
Is he
Better
still
him
up?
than me.
Yeah.
He's still up? Okay. 20 and a 7. So the 7 obviously is a miss. 9 more.
All right. He has a hit point.
Oh, no! Tynan screams. He is nearly slain. Then we pan over to the other end of the crypt here, and we've got Drakefell and we've got a Spectre that are engaged in a melee brawl with the whites over there, and we've got Noxiqual staggered back a little ways, firing Eldritch blasts. There are 3 of them. There's the one that's immediately by you. They gang up on you, Drake. They circle you.
For one stun.
So 2 of them, they circle you. Two of them are active. So you're being flanked by 2 of them. That's going to give them +2 onto their attacks. You also do not have any sort of cover because you're directly engaged in melee with them.
Yeah.
So as I described before, they reach out with hungering grasps.
Does my Spectre get an attack of opportunity, or do they stay within his reach?
They're more like inside the reach as opposed to getting away from him.
It's fine. Just wanted to bring it to your attention in case he wasn't mapped out.
We've got 10 and 18 to hit.
They both miss.
Whoa! Okay.
Yeah, I have a really
AC
high
is
arm.
19? Oh man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
All right.
That's why we send him in front.
All right. So you have
I
blocked.
found the unofficial take. Unofficial take because it's like
right.
I
Can't you spend a key point and go into like a defensive stance?
Yeah, you can dodge as a bonus
I think
action.
that might be the other one because I did shadow. That might be.
I think that's just a standard monk thing, right?
It's a standard monk.
Yeah,
thing,
standard monk thing. Yeah, you have 3 options. They're a bonus action. You spend a key point. You can flurry of blows for an extra attack. You can patient defense for dodge, or you can step of the wind for a dash. Yep. All right. So nonetheless, you evade and you block their life drains. There are now 2 sword slashes. 23 and 22.
22. Yeah, those are going to both hit.
That's a
23 damage.
Wow. Okay.
Die, honorless intruder.
23, 12.
Do their statements rattle your bone? They're calling you honorless for intruding on their crypt and attacking they who have sworn themselves to guard this tomb since ancient times.
No. Because I'm already in combat with them, so therefore I'm giving them honorable combat. I am giving you honorable combat. This one is
I like your justification. Now kill him.
This one tells you to be quiet,
rubbing off on you.
Warlock.
All right. So yeah, you tell him, this you claim your right of conquest and of the fury of Dionysus. I've done that before, by the way. Let's go.
Wow, that's still a lot of damage.
Oh my gosh, who are we going to? Kivish.
All right, so the ones that shot the arrows and the mage and stuff, they all who all got hit by a fireball?
They all got hit by it.
Right.
One of them failed the saving throw, so he got burned more badly.
Okay.
They're all still standing though.
Including the one with the armor that got heated first, or did that one go?
That guy is like charcoal.
Okay, cool. All right, they're all still standing. Do they look to be in a very good way, or?
They're still moving along. They're still fighting.
All right. Just trying to see. Do I try and do enough damage to them all, or do I? Nah. All right. So.
Yeah. Let's see.
Uh,
They are. I don't know. They're maybe about 50 feet away from you or
Right.
so. They're in a loose group. They're not tightly together.
Well, they're somewhat tightly together because of the fact that they're in coming out of a corridor, right?
Nope, no corridors here. It's a pretty big open crypt. You haven't even seen the
Okay.
bounds of it yet.
Oh, I see.
One of them is engaged in melee with the giant elk, though.
All right, and they're within what distance of each other? You said.
Of each other, maybe 10 feet or so from one another.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So in response, okay. So first Kivish tells Tynan to run back a ways, and then
Titan screams and flees.
then he says in response to the skeletal mage, what was that you said about me killing your friends? I cannot hear you over the sound of the breeze. And he casts a wind wall around them.
Okay, does this encircle the enemies?
Yes, it can be up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and a foot thick.
Okay, so is it like a barrier blocking them from your party?
So it is a wall of strong wind that rises from the ground, a point I choose within range. The range is 120 feet of me. And each creature in the area makes a strength saving throw or takes some damage. And then it keeps fog, smoke, and other gases at bay. Smaller flying creatures or objects can't pass through. Lightweight materials brought on the wall fly upward. Arrows, bolts, or other ordinary projectiles launched at targets behind the wall are deflected upward and automatically miss. It doesn't affect boulders or things hurled from siege engines.
Am I within the range of that?
Hold on just one second.
Ideally not. That's...
Yeah, finish reading that off.
I just did.
Oh, that was it.
That was it.
What about the size of it? Not the size, but like the dimensions of it. Is it
to-
like a line or is it a
So it's
cylinder?
It's any possible shape up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and a foot thick. So I was going to have it be a circle around them.
Yeah. Okay. Encircle them. All right. Cool. So it sounds like you're kind of like encircling the mage and his two that are still standing, and then you're leaving the elk fighting in melee with the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you got the two archers and the mage inside this kind of cyclone thing, and they need to make some strength saving throws.
Yes.
All right. The mage has a 9.
That will not do it.
The two archers a 10 and a 21.
All right, the 21 makes it. And for the damage, I should go to Vegas because I got triple sevens, so 21 damage.
21 damage. Woo! All
Blackjack.
right. So you blast the mage with your cyclone there, and it's like you like ripped out like a clavicle off of him, and like bits of his robe go tattering into the winds. you almost like completely ripped him to pieces with that. And he's like almost like falls down, all jangled like. The one that failed against the fireball, he is also looking like he's not holding up so well. And then there's another one that failed. He's the same too. You left all three of them in pretty bad shape, especially the mage. Avery the Grand Elk.
Is the mage? You said she it fell over. Would it be considered prone?
The mage is not prone, but he looks like one hit of any kind he's gonna be wiped out. He is inside of this kind of funnel of wind at the moment, though.
There's nothing to say you can't walk through it, though.
Is he
he can go through it, but won't he get blasted?
I believe he would. Yeah.
Would I have to make like a strength saving throw?
Plus,
Right.
you're engaged in melee with a guy too, so
True,
you'd also
okay.
have to factor in he might make an opportunity attack. I'm not sure if you care about that or not. Maybe you can absorb another hit.
Yeah, I'm getting a little low. I will. I will go after the mage in the wind. I want to. Is it
Alright.
within 20 feet of me?
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So you go bounding that direction to try to take out the mage. The one that's next to you, that was right there fighting with you, he swipes with his sword. He's got a critical hit actually.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Mistakes are made today.
Well, look at
Right,
this.
that is 17 damage.
Oof. All right, I'm still standing right now.
All right, you bound into the cyclone. Make a strength saving throw.
All right, I've got good strength. That's why I did this. Up, 15.
Eh,
Almost.
Close,
No.
but
Close.
no swamp herb cigar.
Yikes. Do I take damage here?
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, he is a huge creature. If it
I'll
matters.
try and roll low. Shit.
So here's the good news. You did a move action. Even if you get knocked out of this, you can still.
Oh, I
bonus
can
action.
I can bonus action into another wild shape. So
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Oh, you should. So
how much?
I
damage?
rolled 19 damage, but if he'll allow it as the DM, what you should do is bonus action wild shape into something that No, you're not level 8.
I can't fly yet. No.
Yeah.
All right. So how
Sorry.
many hit points do you have as
Yeah.
of this moment?
I will take a net on my normal health of. I have 6 right now, so I take 13 for my actual druid.
Okay. Yeah. So you leap to trample down the mage here. This undead like slashes your hindquarters as you go.
Yikes.
The cyclone just like buffets you. It looks like the elk gets ripped into shards, but then the shards just kind of like fade off into whatever primal spirits or something, and you like land in the middle of the cyclone, kind of injured yourself, and you've got the skeletal mage who looks like he's about ready to like fall to pieces. He's on his last tendon.
All right.
Yeah, bonus and a regular action.
Yes. Oh, I still have an action. Oh, that's right. I haven't attacked yet.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
man.
moved.
This is great. Okay. This actually
You're
worked
good,
out.
man.
Then.
Yeah.
I will. So there are 2 other ones, not just the mage, right, next to me.
Yep.
Correct. There are a total of 3 inside of the wind wall.
All 3 of them are inside the wind wall. All
They
right.
sure are.
I will call lightning on one of the ones that is not the mage. So I guess one of the ones that succeeded on the strength check. That's
Okay.
still in the wind wall.
Okay. So you raise your hands to the sky and call down lightning from just kind of the ceiling here. It's got a dexterity check or a dexterity save of another critical 22.
22 dex save. That that's let me find my saves. I think it beats it though.
Yeah, your saving throw or your DC will be 16.
Yeah, barely. All right. Well, then I will use my wild shape, and I will.
Is it half damage on a save?
Oh, I should. Yeah, let me check. Stormcloud appears. Minus negative
The
save?
answer is yes. It is
Yeah,
half
you're
damage on a save.
So I still get 3d10 of half damage. Ooh. All right, that is. Oh, that's 27. I rolled 2 Hello. Oh yeah.
I'm reading Call Lightning here. Say that again.
That is
27.
27. So half of 27.
Okay, so even with the save, you have destroyed one of the whites. Lightning ripples through him, bones kind of like explode out, and he falls down into just a pile.
All right. And since it's a radius, I'm assuming that I would have put the point where the call lightning is, where it's not hitting myself. So
Yes, so you've actually conjured a storm cloud here. And you've got the storm cloud like swirling up at the ceiling of this crypt at the moment.
okay.
It's just like right above your head, basically.
Yeah, and I can I think as a bonus action, I can keep hitting different targets, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, so I will use my bonus action to go into another wild shape though. This time I will go into a giant actually I'll just go back into my giant elk. Yeah, but I'll go back into my giant elk.
You can do that, but if you do it,
Oh, what's gonna happen?
you're gonna be like up in your storm cloud.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I do not want to do that.
Yeah, it might be a bit difficult to concentrate on your spell and see. I don't know. You might get a little zapped, something.
Would a large beast be small enough?
Probably so. I mean,
You can't wild shape into a phase spider, can you? Because that would be great.
that would be pretty cool.
I
I
could
don't
do
know
it.
if you can do face spider.
Giant spider, a large beast.
Okay, you into a spider?
I'll do a giant spider, so a
Okay.
large beast.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're a spider, so you're kind of low to the ground, anyways. Wow, what a turn! Let's go to Orgrim Halfgrey. Orgrim Halfgrey he's close to Kivish, and he's going to advance a little bit more, just so he has a good view of the enemies. I think he's going to cast on the one who's outside of the cyclone. Yeah, he's going to cast a firebolt from his wand on the one outside of the cyclone. Take this, foul thing! Hit on the 17. And we've got 2d10 fire. He deals 12 fire damage. All right. Next is Drake. Drake, you have 3 of these whites around you. One of them is stunned. The other 2 are flanking you. The Spectre is nearby, aiding you in battle as well.
All right.
And Noxiqual is just a little ways back.
Okay. So this is where right. So I'm going to take out the one that I'm already stunned. But before I do that, I want to double check something with you. With the martial arts, if I make an unarmed attack strike, I'm able to do another one. Now, does that count as the bonus attack, or is that with separate?
So what you do is you use your action to do 2 attacks. Yeah, you have 2 attacks with your action, and then with your bonus action, you can make another unarmed strike.
Okay. Okay.
It's not something you're able to do on your last turn because you use the bonus action to do your shadow teleportation.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. Okay. Let's go for the one that I stunned first. Unnatural 20.
Definitely a hit.
Okay.
A highly unnatural hit. You elbow him on the top of his head.
Nine.
Okay. Seems like a good hit. He is still standing.
Okay, so he's still standing. All right, let's give him another blow to the head.
Don't forget you have advantage because he's stunned.
Oh, that's right. Well, I didn't need on that one, so.
Go ahead and roll it anyways. You might have gotten a critical.
the first one was higher, so.
Okay. All right, so now we'll go on to the second hit.
I think I'm gonna miss this one. 12.
Miss.
Okay. And then the bonus hit.
Yep.
Natural 20.
All right. So you add in an additional D6.
Okay.
Yeah, you add in you do an additional amount of your weapon die.
12. And I'm gonna spend a key to stun the if he's not dead.
No need. You have smitten your foe.
Okay.
Give us a description. What does that look like when you destroy an enemy with
this strike? Aim for the head, solid fist, coming down, clearing the jaw straight off, following up with the elbow, just breaking the rest of the skull to pieces.
All right. You smash the white's face in. It just like falls to the ground and is twitching in its death throes. The Spectre is there. The Spectre can move into a flank with Drake Fell. Does that sound like a good idea?
Seems good. Does the flank do anything?
+2 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, he'll try and drain some more life. He gets a 22.
Oh, yes.
And he does nice 13 necrotic, which will be halved down to 6.
Okay.
Don't bother with the
Undead.
D10. Yeah.
I'm not going to worry about it for now because I don't think these guys are going to really be in a healing type position. If it comes up, I can roll it up then.
Might matter in a different fight, not this one.
Yeah. Oh my. So the undead who is in the midst of the swirling, well, he's got like a cyclone around him and a lightning cloud above him, and a giant spider in front of him. He's going to do something. He's probably going to go out with a bang. Give me just one moment. I need to read a spell.
Do your stuff.
Yeah, I do not know every single spell in this game. I'm familiar with a great deal of them.
How could you not know over 100 spells off the top of your head?
Come on, it's like super easy. Everyone knows all.
I've carefully memorized every published word in the game.
Yeah, if you're not into third-party memorization by now, Esper.
Yeah.
All right.
You might not be a 3.5 player.
I haven't played 3.5 in so long. It's been forever.
Yeah.
Okay. He has things that he would sure like to do, but golly, that wall of wind.
Yep.
The wall of wind that killed me. Yes.
He's just gonna go out with a bang. His eyes like start flaring with this kind of like ghost flame. He shrieks, "Ah!" and it kind of echoes on in an eerie sort of way, all throughout these cavernous crypts. He just kind of explodes and rips apart as he does. In this
right next to him.
Yeah, right next to you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good thing I'm a spider. It's better than my oak. Oh no. 12?
It is a failure.
About to get hurt.
You suffer 8 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
I actually rolled pretty low on that.
Good.
It'd be worse.
Lykar,
Well,
are you inspired by the storm cloud ahead of you?
yeah, it was very, very interesting. I was trying to picture all this in my head.
So you are definitely within casting range, I think, of about any spell that you have. and there are 2 enemies left standing. One is inside the cyclone with your ally shaped as a giant spider. The other one's outside the cyclone.
Well, I'll shoot the. Do they look really hurt or semi-hurt?
They're still going.
All right.
You've seen them take a couple pretty good hits though.
I'm going to cast Ray of Frost on the one that's outside. Excuse me, outside of the cyclone.
Okay, so I think you need to make an attack roll on that spell. You actually
Yep.
trying to aim a ray onto him.
Yep. Try not to use all my big spells. 25.
Oh yes, quite a hit.
Okay. So that is 2d8.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
5. 13.
You blast him with the ray of cold. He is left seriously wounded by that. Noxiqual. There are 2 standing whites at the moment. It's a pretty vigorous melee going on. They're moving around. Your ally and the Spectre are moving around. They're trying to get the best positioning on each other. What do you want to do?
I advance another 30 feet, and I'd like to keep on blasting.
Man, I think if you move up, you'll be in melee range. Do you want to go and attack with a sword?
Hell yes, if I can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I come up behind them and I just start slashing. So, let's see. I haven't done a sword attack in a while. Bonus is still good. Okay, yeah. Eye of the Masked One's gonna cut into hopefully one of them. Yes, that's gonna be a 24.
Oh yes.
I'm just going to do the damage right now. It is a magic weapon, of course. Oh man, almost max. That's going to be a total of 17 slashing magic damage.
Good hit.
If he's still up,
He definitely felt that one.
the second attack, which is only a 20.
At least we are dying to worthy foes.
I put
had
this
hoped
one
to
in
live
his,
for at least another 200 years.
as he says that, I try and cut his head off. That's going to be a total of 12 more slashing.
Oh my. Okay, good hits.
I wanted to see who would win the next war against the Mer Queen. Are you sure you wouldn't be merciful? Give us a bit more time. Please, we won't hurt you anymore. You can pass through our crypt.
Yes, you have passed our test, strong ones.
Yes, of course. Well, if you would serve me, of course, I'll let you live, just as I'm like pulling my sword back.
And who are you that we should abandon our crypt and serve?
I am Captain Noxiqual.
Captain Noxiqual, what are you, a pirate?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize there were pirates anymore in Breton Rim. But isn't the whole island surrounded in a cursed mist? Where do you sail to?
Well, if you joined me, perhaps you'd find out. Of course, the alternative. Sword, like, raising up.
You want a ship crewed by the undead? We can help you with that.
I would prefer, for the moment, you helping us take down the Swamp Queen.
You want us to betray our mistress?
Let's pause on this conversation. I like where it's going.
Go on.
Let's pan things over to the cyclone.
Yes.
So at the cyclone area, they're kind of like fighting to their last dying attack, right? So the one that's facing the spider, it's going to attempt a drain life. Ooh, not 19, 23.
That hits.
I'm sure it does. It's not a lot of damage though. You take 5 necrotic damage. Your maximum hit points are reduced by 5.
Now, is that for my spider form or for my normal form?
Well, it's for you. So you're always you. So no matter what form you're in, your max is 5 less.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
like for both my forms and myself. Okay.
Yeah.
That's until the next long rest, right?
Lykar shouts back, "It is only temporary."
I'll go up in my spider like acknowledgement.
It also has a long sword attack for 20. I
20
imagine
to hit or
20
20 damage?
Imagine 20 hits the giant spider.
Oh, okay. Yes.
3.
I've taken a lot of
Where was
damage.
that when I needed it?
And then the one who was outside of the wall, who just got blasted by both the Emerald Mage and the Storm Sorcerer, well, yeah, they said they were going to fight to the end, so he's going to fight to the end. Who is he closest to? Probably Kivish?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not in melee range, but
yeah,
like,
but Kivish isn't
20
close. Yeah, you're
30
not
feet?
close.
yeah.
Oh, he has minus 10 feet of speed from my
Yeah.
cross.
He's just gonna spend his whole turn moving. Yeah, he's gonna be dashing, but he does that to get right up to Kivish. He's got his longsword. He's like coming at you, but he's kind of slowed down by the frost. So that's his turn. He's like right up on Kivish. So those two are talking with Noxiqual, huh? Okay. So we'll get back to that. Kivish, what do you do?
Kivish says, that one in the said he cared about you, but he cannot protect you now. And casts the Primal Savagery cantrip and very nonchalantly just backhands him to death, I assume.
Okay.
With his, fungoid mass of spiky Primal Savagery acid poop.
Yeah.
And so that attack then is going to be a crit.
Oh my.
So double the damage dice or an additional damage die?
You double the damage dice.
So doubling 2d10 to 4d10?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
This is
boy.
going to be fun. Alrighty. 26.
Okay. Well, he had 6 hit points before that.
Cool.
He comes charging. He's a bit slowed down by the frost attack. He comes at you with a sword. You sprout these strange fungal growths out of your hand, grab onto him, and he just disintegrates in your grasp and just turns into little fungus spores on the ground. So the other two who were talking with Kivish see that, or the other two that were talking with Noxiqual, rather, they see that.
Yes.
I would prefer that not happen to me. Yes. I don't want to die that way.
If you can make a pact with me, perhaps we can come to an arrangement. My companions are honorable for the most part.
Oh, yes. Honor is a wonderful thing. Forget what we said about this one here being dishonorable. He has proven himself in battle. Yes.
There is great honor in smiting anyone that you cross.
I will sweeten the deal. If you serve me, we will not loot these tombs or desecrate any further. You will be serving, in a way, your ancestors.
The
best
two
way we
whites, they throw glances at one another. Your terms are more than fair, Noxiqual the pirate.
I agree. What do we need to do? Just say the word.
Agree that your names are Tanyan 2 and Tanyan 3.
can. Oh god. It just came out of left field. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, they're
So,
members of the crew.
You must first learn how to say "open up" and promote it.
yes, all my crew members need to know how to say "open up" in every language. No,
Gramlax Klaranga, I can't get it right.
we'll work on it. No. Well, if you are sincere, then I will tell my allies to hold their blades, and we will discuss the terms. If the combat can be ended, then I will try to signal my allies not to attack.
Excellent. You all have achieved one milestone.
Excellent. There are 2 of them still alive, though, right?
There are the 2 that Noxiqual are speaking with. They're alive. Well, technically, there's one still in the cyclone storm cloud giant spider in his face. I don't
There
see
were 2
how
there.
he's. One just got destroyed by you.
That was the one
He
outside.
charged it. He charged it. The one inside, they're goners. One
Okay.
got destroyed by a lightning strike. One
Oh, okay.
was the mage one who had almost no life
Right.
left. And he just
Yeah.
death bursted.
Hold up. Yeah.
The final one, he is all manner of screwed. So he goes down. He fights as he can, but it's a hopeless situation for him.
I found the intelligent ones on my side. The ones with self-
In
This
my
one
sp-
found them.
in my
You
spider
found.
form, I want to like signal for the wind to go away, like
Down.
down.
Kivish dismisses the wind wall because it didn't need it anymore, and says in Druidic to Avery, yes, the last time I did one of those, it did not turn out too well.
I'll go back into my my normal form, kind of panting a little bit. Please, try not to do so much damage to me next time with your wind.
So, when you revert, what's the rule on damage you've taken?
I don't when I revert, I don't like take any damage from what I took on my spider. It's just like
He
carried
essentially
over.
has 2 stat blocks.
Okay.
Mhm.
He's done with Spider. Spider just disappears, and he just goes back to where he was before he turned into. This.
Okay, cool. So he doesn't need any healing. All right.
Well, he did take some.
Oh, I
damage.
did take some damage. Yeah.
but
Okay.
Wild shape is so broken.
Yeah.
I guess before no, never mind. I was gonna say before I go out of wild shape, I'll heal myself, but that's only for the wild shape form. so.
Yeah, you want to come to normal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will lead these 2 back, walking them in front of me as I, say, I have negotiated terms of surrender.
What's
Do
at
not
the
attack.
time?
Yes. We have given our word to Noxiqual, and we now have joined the ranks of the living to fight against that nasty witch. Oh, yes, I never liked her anyways.
Tell
At-
me.
At the phrase "join the ranks of the living," Kivish says, I am not sure that is how that works.
Well, he made up the rules. We're just following them.
Oh, Noxiqual, ever looking for the alternate angle of fighting here?
There is no gain in destroying them if they are willing to serve, and there is much information they could tell us about these caverns. You have been here for a long time, I assume.
We have been here for many, many a year.
Tell us about the Swamp Queen, what you know of her.
She is a powerful magic user, though she is now crippled.
Where does she reside in the caverns?
In the Cavern of Bones.
Do you know where that is and how to get there from here?
It's that way.
The white points essentially in the direction you guys were heading in at the beginning.
Yeah. So like the left passage if we
Yeah.
had gone back and taken the left route.
So you descended that stairway to get into the crypt, and if you would just have, or just continuing straight on from there.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I
So
see.
it was through the crypt. They were trying to send us down a different path when they told us to go back.
Mhm.
I love that poker face, Esper.
Yep.
Well, perhaps
So-
we should
I'm
go down the
just-
pathway.
And I'm just happy to be here.
Tell us what lies back the way we came down the left tunnel.
There are some dead ends and a nasty pit. Yes, don't go into that pit. Be careful. Mind your step if you go exploring or traipsing down that tunnel.
Is that where the ooze lives?
Oh yes, he's a nasty one.
Tell us about these trolls, the necrotic trolls. Are they with the Swamp Queen, or can they be found elsewhere in the caverns?
They are the brutes who guard the Cavern of Bones.
That is what I suspected. Who else guards the Cavern of Bones? How many skeletons does she have with her?
He has kind of a count on her fingers moment.
Well, there are dwarves, but not many. She's turned many of them to skeletons by now. Then there's the cult. Yes, let's not forget about the cult of...
The Mer Queen.
Yes, the new queen.
So even they are afraid to say the name Amarantha. Interesting.
Whoa, careful now.
We are old bones. She is new. Well, she's new from our perspective. We've been here a long time.
Interesting. Yes, there's much value in keeping you.
So it seems that in this place called the Cavern of Bones, this is like the throne room of the Swamp Queen. She has these rot trolls. She has dwarves. It seems like many of them are skeletons by this point. There's also a cult of Amarantha, the Mer Queen.
I would have, I'll just accept their pledges. Like, I want them to swear on their honor and, like, basically, that they'll serve me and such.
Yes, I swear to serve you. I swear it.
I'm gonna just make
I
sure.
swear on the name of my father, Torgrim Bernjarhanung.
Oh, they were dwarves at one point. Huh. Maybe.
No, we are the old men.
Okay.
Yes, the first folk of Drakengrim
Ooh. This sounds
sailed
like,
here from Naperna in long ships.
sounds like a lore video in the making.
Yeah.
I'll keep them around. They can tell us some lore later. Let's press on. I don't want to take up.
Before we
time.
press on, this one could use.
You need to tend your wounds.
Yes.
Yes.
Go see the new one. I forget his name. Something that starts with an A.
Avery.
It's
I know.
Avery.
I know it's Avery. I'm
yeah,
being,
it's just...
Okay.
Right, so Drake's gonna head over and request some healing.
Orgrim is not in a good mood. He's not happy with more undead getting involved.
We came here to slay the undead and to put them to rest, not to get mixed up in alliances with them.
Orgrim, these undead will leave these caverns when I leave. They will no longer trouble you or your dwarves.
In my dreams, I have seen skeletons coming out of these caves. Skeletons. And he points to the whites to
Mhm.
show that they're not skeletons.
Yeah, they're
Also-
not exactly skeletons. They're
Yeah.
they're husk-like, but they're not skeletons
Right.
per se.
Kivish will at this moment also heal Tynan to the tune of 3 of his Ball in the Summer Court dice.
Very well.
So for a total of hot dog 15.
Might still want to leave Tynan out of most fights.
Yeah. Generally, yes. Most people don't cast Dispel on his elementalness, though.
Before we
was
venture off
surprising.
any further, do you think that I could perhaps rest a bit? don't think I can go into my wild shape for a bit.
You must learn to ration your magic.
Well, don't look at me. He's the one who put the wind wall up, and I went at.
You are the one who walked into it.
Enough.
That was a pretty stupid move, if you ask me. You almost got yourself killed.
Well, I'm still alive right now.
Giant
Maybe
stags are
in
for
retrospect.
eating and having feasts.
Now,
Yes.
what are your
Moose, next time turn yourself into a target.
I turn to the whites and I say, I will need names to address you. Give me your names. Sworn.
All right, so the first guy was Targan Yar.
I'm gonna need the spelling on that, if you don't mind.
Right. T-A-R.
Hmm?
G-E-N.
Again,
J-A-R.
White number 1. Okay.
And
the other one?
Yillig. Y-L-L-I-G.
Just Yillig.
Yillig.
Okay. All right. Wait. Number 2. All right.
A whole undead army here eventually.
And
Demons.
you see, I prefer to have them serve me because they want to, and because I'm a good captain.
So remind me of Lord of the Rings when they jump off the ship. This army and all these undead guys.
Oh. Maybe one day when I'm higher level. Actually, I do have a spell for that. I'm almost there. But I'm sorry. I asked them, is it safe to rest here? Is there a safer place? Will the undead come here?
We are all of the guardians of these crypts. The other bones are too old and feeble. They were never meant to be what we are.
Indeed.
Yes, you should find this place very much a sanctuary of rest.
And here's what I propose. We would take a rest here. You two, I will accompany you so that you can prepare your dead with the honor that they deserve and lay them to their final rest.
Bah, says Orgrim half-gray.
I don't trust these two. And we made a lot of a noise with that battle.
And that's why I'm keeping an eye on them.
So what, we're just gonna squat our asses down here in the crypt and wait? I say we press forward now.
I think we'll be fine. Are you scared to rest in a dark crypt?
Yes, and you should be too. Any sane man should be.
Well, I think that we're strong enough. We dealt with these fairly easily. They even surrendered to us. I think if
1
anything
hour.
came
no
after
more.
us, we should be able to deal with it.
So purely out of character, I wouldn't mind pressing on a little bit, if only to see if I could get into an encounter that gets me another half milestone before I long rest.
We're not long resting.
Oh, okay.
We're
But
sort of-
but in character though, Kivish might actually volunteer to go press on and scout out a little bit with Orgrim, if for no other reason than just to keep him away from Noxiqual for a little while and distract him from the undead.
Let's split the party. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I just want to give one of our players his abilities back as my out-of-game intention.
Right. Those do recharge on a short rest, don't they? Yeah.
They
Yeah, I
do.
get my wild shape back after. a short
All right.
rest.
Plus,
Yeah.
you can use hit dice if you need to shore up your hit points.
Right. Though I feel I should interject as a good DM here. If someone's character does want to go off and do a thing, you have every right to do so.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like, is the almighty rule of don't split the party.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So-
my at-home group does it all the time, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
It can be more dangerous, but it's cool. It's interesting.
So Kivish has two things. He wants to talk to Avery, and he might also follow Orgrim. So it really all depends in character on what Orgrim is doing.
All right. So Orgrim is like, he's nervous. He's like, we made a bunch of noise already.
especially when that when that undead wizard thing tore himself to shreds, that echo resounded on. That was not a normal scream.
Well, we know this room. We should wait here, and anything that would come and find us, we will be ready for it.
I'm not suggesting we sleep. We just take a moment, collect ourselves, and restore our power.
Yeah, he was just saying get to a defensive position in case anything does show up.
And these whites, I want to give them a chance to. I'm trying to get them more loyal to me, so I'm trying to, show respect a little bit.
So the whites go about laying their fallen brethren back into their tombs, and they say a few words in this Frossan tongue, the old tongue of the Northlands. As they're doing these preparations, I think the wild shaping druid is you're just relaxing or taking a breather. Orgrim comes up to Noxiqual, and he kind of like grabs you and like pulls you insistently.
I'm telling you, I don't trust these undead. We need to kill them, and then we need to go and do something now and not just wait around.
Orgrim. I understand your concerns, but they have sworn to serve me. They are useful.
What worth is the promise of an undead?
What worth is the promise of a man that is alive?
I trust the living much more than I do the undead.
They will either prove themselves trustworthy, or I will destroy them. Those are the two outcomes here.
Yes, or we'll get ourselves into a bloody ambush, and then they're to be there at our side to stab us in the ass.
Do you have so little faith in our power that we cannot overcome two?
It's not that I don't have faith in our power. I don't have faith in this plan, and I don't have faith in those two walking piles of bones.
Would it make you feel more comfortable were I to have some sort of magical control over them?
I suppose it would. What are you thinking?
Allow me to consider pacts are strong magic. There may be something I can do that enforces, if they break their oaths, to immediately destroy them.
Oh, what tangled webs you weave, Noxiqual.
And you, Orgrim, is it not the same with you and your Mer Queen? There are many.
I have not woven any webs with her. She helped liberate me in the moment of my dire in my dire moment.
Is it not the same that others say that you cannot trust her? And yet why do you? When so many others say.
She proved herself.
Because you believe. You know it up here, not what others say outside you.
So this dialogue kind of goes on for a while. There's kind of maybe some butting heads, some differing perspectives. So we'll kind of leave that where it is. Noxiqual still has his authority that he's exerting over these whites here. What about Lykar and Kivish? What are you two doing during this time?
Okay, so Kivish wants to talk to Avery for a bit.
Okay, yeah, go for it. So you're talking to Avery, just so I can know real quick, Lykar, and also Drake. What are you two doing?
Well, I need to get healed. Drake needs to get healed up. He's pretty much down half his hit points.
Can I go up to him and cure wounds?
Okay. So those you all are collected up. Lykar, what about you?
I will give Drake one of my potions of healing.
Oh, nice.
Looking bad. I'm trying to see
a generous and kind gesture.
Wait. So
this one, thanks you.
Can Kivish interrupt and say, Lykar, you do not need to do that. because he still has 4 of his Balm of the Summer Court dice.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know. A potion seems like
Yeah, I was
one-use
gonna.
thing.
I can cure wounds him.
I still have 3 potions and 1 greater potion, so I'm just gonna. He wasn't there when we got the potions, was he?
No, I came in after that.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
How-
going to give him one for like emergency,
All right.
so then he can not use it, or he can use it later. So
Right.
And then I guess I can cure wounds. What the issue is right now? Or I could. Do I have a higher?
No, the issue is just how can we most efficiently heal him? We have so many healing options now. We
Well,
have
if we are taking a short rest, you have hit dice as well. So we have hit dice or magic.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to look that up and figure out how many I have.
we have hit dice, we have potions, we have 2 players that can cast Cure Wounds. I have a feature that specifically heals people.
Mhm.
We have enough healing to like
Yes, yeah. Healing should not be a problem with a short rest here. Like you said, you've all got your hit dice. You have
Yeah, that's what I'm
seven hit dice.
Yeah, because I can heal myself up with my hit dice because I have a hit point maximum of 40 now because I lost 5, but I should be able to get up to 40 with my D8 plus my
Yeah, it's not telling me how many hit dice I have, so I'm not sure on that. I know I have at least 2, but I can't figure out if I have more than that. All right, so
Noxiqual is interacting with the whites after they have finished their interment, their funerary final rites that they administered to their fallen brethren.
Yeah.
You've made an Arcana check. What do you say? What do you do?
Well, does my Arcana check tell me any ideas, or should I just come up with something and propose it to you?
Your best reference is going to be the moment in which you yourself swore your pact to your patron, the Masked One.
And let me pitch something to you, and you tell me what you think of the idea.
Mhm.
I would like them to sacrifice something that I physically keep of themselves, like I sacrificed my eye, and that's the bond, the pact that they make, just like the Masked One took something from me to seal our pact. I'm thinking actually one of their eyes each.
It couldn't be a lock of my hair. I know it's a bit wispy, but rather like having 2 eyes.
Wait a minute, they don't have eyes.
I was about to say, do they actually need
Yeah,
their
they actually
eyes?
just have like these hollow sockets with like this little ghostly pinprick in the middle.
Perfect, yeah. So then
How about a tooth?
something symbolic to show the oath that you hold dear.
A 3rd toe of my left foot.
I don't suppose it matters what it is, but
The skin
you're
off my elbow. It's already peeling.
it needs to be something more significant than that. A part of you that I will hold, and you are sacrificing it to bind us.
no skin off my nose.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
if they're
remember
willing to
having
give
a nose.
All right, so
a digit would be fine.
Targanyar gives you a toe, and Yillig gives you a lock of this faded out, cobwebby like hair.
Do I think that's significant enough for my purposes of my idea?
It seems like it, yeah.
Okay.
You are sort of winging this, right?
I agree.
Which is fine. And you've made your Arcana check, so you say some words, maybe.
And I take them, and I'm just going to kind of channel my magic into these things, and then I'm going to I have some sort of package that I can
By
wrap
the
it up
power invested in me by
Power of grace.
the Masked One.
Yeah, kind of some like basically I'm kind of like doing some big showy magic that they can kind of feel, hopefully, and whether or not it actually takes effect, well, I'll leave that up to you. Esper. But I'm gonna keep
something happened. Do you think it was kind of a lesser effect because you're not of such a power level to really be a proper Eldritch patron? But something happened there. I mean, you are a warlock who is in command of arcane power after all, and you rolled an 18 on Arcana. That's a little better than an average or a medium difficulty.
All right, I wrap these up, tie them together in a package, and I say, if you should ever betray me, this will be your destruction. You will be destroyed.
Oh, I would expect nothing less.
Indeed. I am satisfied. I believe in your loyalties now. Let us continue.
Captain Noxiqual is harsh, but just.
Harsh but fair, yeah.
Yes.
Captain
Sorry.
Noxiqual is harsh, but fair.
All right. Did anyone have any questions about healing, Vince?
I figured out how many hit dice I have, so it's now just figuring out how we're going to get me healed.
Okay, so during or really once you complete a short rest, once you complete an hour of light activity or relaxation, you can then spend as many of your hit dice as you want. If you want to just like do them one at a time and see how you're doing,
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do.
well, you have all d8s from Monk and Rogue. So you have 7
Yeah.
d8s. Every time you roll one, you'll add your con modifier into it. So if you want to just like roll one, do you need another one? Roll another one, and see how many you need to get back up to maximum.
Yeah, but then we
Or,
also
or close to maximum if you're.
and we also talked about using some healing words or healing
Druid.
spells.
Did anyone cast any magic? I know Kivish used a
Yeah.
bomb on Tynan.
Yeah.
Who needs more healing than their hit dice can allow? I can use a cure wounds or a healing word. Probably cure wounds.
Well, if I roll good, I probably can get myself back up. With
Okay,
all
go,
of
yeah, go ahead.
so I'm gonna,
Do a roll. See where that puts you.
that puts me up 8. So I'm gonna-
Save your
let's-
spells. That healing magic might be needed in the midst of a
Mhm.
combat.
Yeah.
It's 51. That was like 7 plus 3. Right, so I'm pretty much almost all the way back up to max health.
Okay. Did Tynan spend any hit dice?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm back up to max.
well, he should be about at full anyway. He healed. Yeah, he should be about at full
You
anyway.
healed him
I'm
for
gonna-
15 points.
I'm gonna use one of my hit dice.
Okay, that's right. The bomb's healing and temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Okay, right. All right, so let's do one quick thing to wrap up this session.
Well, so
then-
Kivish was gonna go talk to Avery too.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll kind of like do a final word to kind of wrap things up.
Right.
And then next session we'll probably be getting into even bigger stuff than this one.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, go ahead. Avery, the other druid, approaches you.
So you there, Aki, what's that your name?
It's Avery. Kivish.
Yes, Avery. So, Avery, tell me, you had a dream of us, of this. What saw you in your dream?
Well, yes, I was in a dream, and within the dream, there was a sort of kind of sprite that sort of came out, and it sort of showed me just sort of where you were, and that I should come to you, that you would be allies to help me fight the Swamp Queen and defeat her finally after failing to defeat her.
You saw a sprite. I did not think Morpheus had sprites in his realm of dreams.
Morpheus.
The god of dreams.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I'm not very aware of that. I'm more in tune with just the mortal realm, with animals and plants. But sounds quite interesting. Perhaps you should any information about Morpheus that could help with my dream.
He is looking for guardians for his temple. And what did this sprite say to you?
It was not. It didn't really speak to me per se. It sort of just showed me the area and just showed me sort of visions of where you are. It showed me she sort of looked like a hollow black woman. She arose from a pool of dark water. And she spoke of new companions.
Oh, you have spoken to her.
Yes, is this something that I should be worried about?
This is nothing to worry about, but well, perhaps you are not as strange as I thought, or you are. But if she would guide you here to us, then unless she is of her nut as well,
Well, I hope that we can become quite good friends, Kivish. Although you're not the same kind of druid as myself, I still think that being a druid is definitely something admirable.
After a few minutes of rambling, mumbling stuff that doesn't really seem like something you can understand, he comes back and says, Yes. Just you watch yourself around her. She, if you are not careful, will not be nice to you.
All right, I'll keep that in mind, Kivish. Thank you. Perhaps is there a way maybe you could get her out of my head then, if she's going to do anything ill will towards me?
I suppose there is a way.
Well, if there's a way, then by all means do it. I prefer to be with nature, not with these gods that you speak of.
Yes. Oh, the ways of nature, with no consideration to the dreams of the world.
Well, I mean, I have dreams when I sleep, but I don't like it when people go into my mind without permission.
The gods are dead.
Except for one of them.
No, he's dead too.
Well, okay, that's true. Did he become re-dead? He might have. Yeah.
It's okay. Please continue your conversation.
Kivish basically tells you, she's Fae, and Fae are known to be capricious. But
I'm sorry. I thought she was a god. I'm sorry.
There's two the Fae woman from your dream and Morpheus, the god of dreams.
Oh, I see.
Very different.
I thought it was. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I see. Gotcha.
Your druidic is rusty. You should talk to some fish and a heron and a nightshade and a type of mushroom that only grows in what is the word in your tongue? It is a cave that looks like a face to the south.
Oh yes. Are you speaking of the my order, the mossbeards and the trees that cry?
Perhaps their tears. You should talk to their tears.
Clearly, Kivish has communed with different aspects of nature than the mossbeards, but nonetheless, there is surely much common ground that you two do share.
Don't worry if you don't understand him. We don't either. Most of the time. Sometimes he makes sense. Rarely.
Oh, don't worry. I'll introduce him to my tree friends one day.
So let's put a kind of final note on this. Your party has grown. You have a new druidic companion who has some pretty strong ties to the story and a bit of a connection with Kivish here. There's these two undead that you now have that have promised to be followers of Noxiqual and to now be fighting on your side. There was a pretty noisy battle that just happened there, and apparently there's like more crypt ahead, and then a tunnel that's going to lead to the Cavern of Bones, which is another. They say it's like the largest cavern in this whole cavern complex, and that's like the throne room, the seat of the Swamp Queen herself. So I guess we're kind of leaving on a note of we're getting ready to like go. Are you guys going to go attack, scout it out? What are you thinking is the next tactic in your plan here?
Oh, we spent an hour. I'd say attack.
Yeah.
I'm fine with taking on 2 trolls, some undead, some dwarves, and maybe the Swamp Queen if we have to all at once. That's why mages invented fireballs.
Yep.
Why us druids can turn into giant elks. Just stand
would-
behind me. I'll take the
it-
arrows for you.
Would be really nice for me to get another half milestone and a long rest so I could bring even more fire to the party, but
Well,
We didn't even use
Lykar
any
also
spells.
needs to take a long rest. When he takes his long rest, he'll reach level 8.
right.
I'll just be honest, I haven't even used any of my spells yet. So
Right.
Yeah. So at least I
I
got all
don't
my.
think Orgrim has either.
good.
Nope, Orgrim still has all his slots. He also still has the Emerald Elemental Gem.
I feel like
Ooh.
we have a lot of power so long as we're smart and don't get like
Quick
do
question.
something really dumb.
Quick question, Esper. So we're like in a cavern area and stuff. Are there any
Yeah.
like insects around that I could potentially capture in like a little jar?
Sure. Help me out here, guys. What do you think this would be like? A survival, probably, right?
Either survival or
seems
nature.
fair.
Survival or nature?
I think survival. Yeah. Nature is like an intelligence, it's more like a knowledge. So
Okay.
when you use survival, it's like capturing things and
Alright.
hunting down stuff.
It even says hunt wild game. So,
That's a
I
natural
mean,
20.
Perfect. So yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of critters out here. It's a swamp cave.
One centipede and spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, could
just-
I get like 3 centipedes?
Okay.
All right.
He wants him for his spell.
Nice.
What's that?
I know.
Well, we march on for the next session. I'm down to 1/3 level spell slot. So
Wait, you've been chucking a bunch of spells?
Yeah, Lykar's he's been lighting up the field.
I used all the dwarves, and then I blew up some of them.
Here's the
Wait,
question.
Yeah.
How many sorcery points do you have left?
a lot.
Yeah, you can turn your sorcery
Oh,
points into spell slots.
yes.
Yeah.
You can trade sorcery points for spell slots.
So
I think it's just a bonus action to do that as well.
Mhm, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you can figure that out now or later with the spell slot regain burn and sorcery points. I think this is a good pausing point because
Yes.
after this, I think we're gonna get into like the deep shit.
Which
All right,
I'm ready
so-
for.
Yes, me too. So let's plan on convening again in 2 weeks' time.
Indeed.
Just make
All
sure.
right.
I just want to check something. Is the 18th?
2 weeks.
yeah,
that would
sounds
be the
right too.
18th, yeah.
Yeah.
I will try to be on time. I'm coming back that weekend from like 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
So I don't foresee a reason why I shouldn't be able to make it. But I might be like just getting here at game time. So
Okay,
Sure.
Give me
that should be fine. I'll end the broadcast now, and then we can chat about that for a second. So thank you everybody who was with us here, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next chapter.
have a good one, Parker, and everyone out there.
See ya.